champion level missions.
All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D session 82 of Papihos.
82.
It always seems to surprise you guys, and it just warms my
I
heart.
do this every week.
Well, it's fine because yes, the number goes up, and that number's a large ass number. But yeah, I actually have to quiet the music down a little bit because it's a little loud. Not that quiet. There we go. Welcome to session 82 of Papihos. I'm joined here by Jazz, Alpha, Helminia, James, and Suzanne. We're here for a good time of just playing some D&D with each other. General announcements are there are none, so that's gonna be fun.
That's really interesting, actually. That's an interesting
I appreciate that you guys find it so interesting. General announcements is there are none for tonight. But just with the thought in my head, make sure to follow if you're watching on Twitch. Make sure to subscribe if you're watching the replay on YouTube. But let's jump right into it with the recap for Papihos.
Oh, fuck. The recap.
Where we last left off, Suna could not get something out of her head. As everyone else quietly celebrated the fact that Zex was depetrified and O'Brien was no longer dead, the words spurred on by Papihos from the underground of Dentor swirled around in her head. They decided that they needed to go to Sabline and possibly the temple and figure out as much as they could. They lamented this fact to the rest of the party, and the group said that they would go with her gladly. With goodbyes being said, the group split slightly as Zex decided he needed to grab something and headed out up to Sabline for the journey. With that being said, though, the journey up there is a little bit, I don't know, nicer. The weather is warm, the sky is clear, and as your cart, non-horse-drawn animated cart, kind of creaks and shuffles along the blazed trail leading to the port city, you guys have a calm 5 days.
Shit.
Zex, in the meantime, you complete what you're able to find out, and I believe on the day of, you were actually just planning on teleporting into Sabline.
I was planning on teleporting when the golem was done, because I assumed they were going to be in Sabline for a couple of days and then start moving up towards the temple.
Alright, so nothing from Zex for right now.
Yeah.
But you're working on the golem.
Yeah, and I'll stand by for if they say something.
Okay. So, the four of you roll up to this port city. For some of you, more meaning than others. But as you can hear the bustle of carts moving through the streets, of seagulls and birds squawking, and the smell of salt has been in all of your noses for the better part of an hour by now. As you all pull up, you can see mass of ships in the distance pulling in and leaving the port side of the trading city of Sabline. across all of these houses spread out along the coastline. All these houses are just basically weathered from seawater, and there's a lot of general driftwood scattered along these sandy beaches that populate this bustling port town. Suna, as the somewhat familiar and older sights fill your eyes, what would the party like to be doing?
I would like to look for the trading guild of Sabline.
All right. Easy enough to do, as the four of you kind of step out. Are you just going to be parking the cart alongside the guild, the trading guild?
If they have parking, sure.
I mean, they have places to tie up carts. Parking is...
I mean,
it's just among other carts.
what looks are we getting as this thing trundles into fucking town?
Generally speaking, I can say, as the cart switches from the dirt road into bumbling over cobblestone, the looks you're catching from different balconies or just children running by, you get looks of awe, looks of curiosity, and then, of course, thrown in there every once in a while, there's an older person that kind of turns their nose up at the obvious arcane contraption.
I'll park it just in the general cart area. As long as it's within 500 feet of me, I can give it commands. If I'm farther than 500 feet away, does it just become a normal thing, or does it become like an independent thing that takes the dodge action on its turn?
It just becomes inert.
Okay.
So, the cart pulls up to the trade hall. A large 3-story building. As you can see, each of these things made with very premium treated wood that is very obviously taken from somewhere else and put here. As you can already hear people calling out from inside, and the all of the windows that you can see show the auction house very crowded, packed with people. People of all shapes, sizes, races, backgrounds, rolling in to show off their coin and show off their goods to get some coin. As even as you guys are just going from the cart, you can see there is a halfling man that kind of steps up to you guys with this blue cap that is just like, generally speaking, we have to register anyone who comes and ties up their cart and horses at the trading hall. We don't have any horses. Can I get your names? Hello?
You can just, should I just give him my group name? Would a group name suffice, or do you need individual names?
Either one's fine with me. And then for using the auction house's parking, you'll need to pay a silver to have it tied up here. And then we'll be all good. Registered and paid.
I'll pay the silver.
Thank you kindly.
I'll just have him put it down as my group name, so the parading charade.
Parading charade. Wonderful. Enjoy your time at the auction house. And you can see this halfling just kind of scurry away, flagging down another person pulling in with a horse. The four of you are outside.
I guess we'll head in.
Okay.
Unless anyone has any reason not to, I guess.
This is going to be really bad for my coin purse, but
I'll look at the auction
sure.
house later. It'll be rough on mine as well.
All right.
If you We're not here specifically to buy things, but if you want to, Nime, you can.
I would like to look eventually, but I'm sure that we have other things to do, yeah?
I didn't take us here to buy things. There's someone here I would like to talk to.
All right. The four of you step into the auction house. It is hot, muggy, and crowded. You can see already there is this light blue-skinned tiefling with this white tunic, leather vest, just standing up on this large rectangular, almost like raised platform in the middle of the sea of people that the four of you are pushing through, and just yelling different names and then pointing over to someone, yelling out prices. Rem, you're able to kind of pick out from this that right now they're selling off like this large vase that then you clock actually in the center of the platform that has 4 people kind of standing alongside it, obviously guarding it.
Do I notice anything just offhand special about it, or is it just an art piece?
It is this beautiful, like emerald-colored vase with these 2 serpents like pulling up on it. And as you look at it, you can see that it looks like the serpents were modeled to be like squeezing, like how a python squeezes its prey into the clay, and the pot actually looks like it's being physically squeezed in the moment. So it just looks like a nice piece of art.
I like it. I might come back to it if possible. Are they auctioning it now?
Yeah. The blue tiefling, he's currently like yelling out, and you can already hear that it's in the thousands.
You wouldn't tell me about it unless it was meaningful. How many thousands are we talking about?
Just hit 18.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
18,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's a bit more than my coffers can handle right now. I'll keep it moving and grooving.
Could we heist it, hypothetically?
You like your legs, don't you?
Is there like a front desk, kind of like what the Mages Guild has?
Suna, as you like kind of peer around and try to look, there's nothing on this floor, but you look and you can see that there is a staircase going up to the next floor. There could be something there, but currently this is just the main auction floor that you can see. And as you guys even like step over and up through the crowd, you can see that the second floor itself is balcony, where there are less people, but they're still able to watch the auction from above.
Is there like staff?
You can make an
auction house
investigation
staff?
check.
Okay.
Oh, sweet invest.
Oh, that's not what it. 13.
13. Just kind of pushing through the crowd. Eventually, it's able to find. You're able to kind of get to this larger, like gruff-looking fellow. But as you look at him, the reason why you think he might be staff is because while everyone else is pushing forward to get closer to the object and possibly bid on it, this large individual who's a bugbear is actually leaning against the wall, both of his massive arms kind of crossed over, and just watching as you watch his eyes just survey. He seems like a good person that might be staff.
I guess I'll approach him.
Alrighty. So you approach his eyes, which are constantly scanning both behind you, actually meet you, and all he does is kind of narrow his gaze at you and then continue scanning until you actually push up next to him, where you can hear the gruff voice, "Can I help you?"
Do you know where I can find Mortimer?
You have an appointment with Mortimer.
I do not. If
I don't
need
know where
one,
you're going
can
to
you-
find him then.
Do you know where I can make an appointment then?
Head
I'm
to the
inside
second
checking
floor
with me.
desk.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
He just kind of scoffs at you.
When he said, I
I-
don't know where you'll find him, does a 29 insight give me anything?
He's lying.
I'll nudge Suna before we walk away and let her know that.
Okay.
How badly do you need to talk to this guy?
Not that important, but might as well see how long the wait is.
Yeah.
The four of
Oh.
you
Yes.
step up the stairs into, at the same time, better and worse for the auction house, because although there are less people on the second floor, two things immediately come to your attention. It is one, hotter, as hot air rises, and you can instantly just... There is so much body heat in this auction house, and you can tell why all of the windows are there and a lot of them are open, is to let out as much heat as possible. And secondly, the second floor is fenced off besides one small waiting area directly up the stairs, where you can see the wooden fence that has been put in a small turn gate where there is a desk, and you can see this very lean-looking elven woman, her hair blonde, kind of tied back and up into a ponytail that goes up and then hangs over the back of her head and twists around the shoulder, as she's just almost listening, not really paying attention with her eyes, but her ears are fully alert, listening to the auction and the people around her. She has a small book with a quill and inkwell in front of her, and you can just hear her as she seems to hear something, flip open the book and begin to scratch something onto the tome. And then the second you actually step up to her, you just hear her go, "Hello, welcome to the auction house. How may I help you?"
I was hoping to speak with Mortimer. How
Wonderful.
quickly
Do you have
do
an
you think I
appointment
could
with
do that?
Mortimer?
I do not. How far out, I guess, is what is the earliest appointment that is available?
That depends how, for what reason are you requesting to see Mortimer?
Information.
Mortimer's not someone you seek about information. I might be able to help you with that. How may I help you? As she closes the tome.
Have you heard within the past month, let's say, have you heard of anything strange happening out by the Temple of the Brine?
No, nothing strange.
Okay. And that's insight check?
Sure.
Not the person who's doing this, but okay. 12?
12. As you look at her face, you can see that it appears honest, as your question also might just be too broad. Also, you do know that the Temple of the Brine is very cut off from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
I
generally,
yeah.
if someone's cut off, they're seen as weird, so it might not be... Saying is like, hey, are they acting weird? And it's like, no weirder than they're normally.
I feel if something really weird happened, it would make its way down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No weirder than normal, then.
It seems
Probably
to be.
fine. Thank you.
Of course. Make sure to view the auction.
I'll make a point of it. guess I'll turn to the party and ask, um, do you guys want to do anything while we're here?
Can I get a general what is around us, please?
So generally what's around you, as you guys are on the second floor right now, is you guys have about maybe 10 feet of breathing room before you hit the fence. That fences you off from actually being on the second floor proper, as the second floor is a balcony overwatching the auction block. As right now there seemed to have been a big ticket item, which by the way just finished, as the blue tiefling says, "Sold for 30,000! Congratulations to this gentleman," as everyone begins clapping, as somewhere off in the crowd you expect someone has just received a new vase, as the 4 people very delicately pick it up, and
30,000?
30,000, as
We do not have enough money to be
people
here.
parse as the vase is pulled into another room.
Can I Arcana check it really quickly before it goes away?
Since you are far away, but you have a
31?
good perception, I'll give you that Arcana check.
Okay. 19?
19. As you, I guess, look at this, it would seem to be of, like, less of arcane importance and maybe more of religious importance. You can make a religion check.
8?
Fuck if you know.
Fuck if I know, man. I'll let him know. I think it's a religious object of some kind, but it's not magical. I think this place is a bit too rich for our blood.
Are there any vendors? I mean, it's an auction house. Are there vendors?
If you look around, or you could ask the elven woman. Currently, right now, you just see the main auction block.
You know what? I am gonna go up to the elven woman and ask if there are any, like, street vendors.
There are hundreds of street vendors in Sabeline. There are also just more established people if you go to other rooms in the house. I'd recommend you going here first, as our vendors are vetted and not just simply vagabonds of the street.
Okay.
Me?
Can I? I'm gonna.
What do you mean
Man.
by that?
Yeah. What do you?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? What are you saying? Are you?
You know what? I would like to go into the room that she had suggested to go to first, but I would like to make sure that I'm not getting too sidetracked in the fact that Suna does want to speak with Mortimer.
Okay.
It's fine.
We'll say that you guys are just sticking as a group right now, as soon as kind of debating on what to do next. As all of you go back down the stairs, there are side rooms to the auction house, and as you go in, it is something that can be described as vending stalls at like a farmer's market, but inside.
Okay.
These wooden stalls, very much made for like actually being outside, but they aren't. They are inside, set up as almost like convention booths, and you can see different people selling furs, fabrics, beads, all of these different trade items as you're beginning to walk past.
Is anything catching my eye specifically?
What would Nime be in the mood to have something catch your eye?
Weaponry
Weaponry.
or patches?
Perception check.
You got it. Roll dice and dice roll game. Okay. 12.
12. Currently in this section, it seems just to be trade goods. So, again, the beads, the furs, the linens. Again, this is a trading port. Everything, theoretically, you could find, but it looks like you'd have to do some more digging past just the base level. As you guys getting an idea for this auction house, it seems just like any good showman would do. they put their largest items on display at the auction block, where everyone has to walk in, walk past it, and see it. And then they start back at lower, where they go, eventually going back up to lower mid-tier items. So right now there are like basic necessities, basically anything that's not food but is a bit of a commodity.
Raw material.
Yeah, non-perishable. All these things you can find in this section right now, but you do not seem to be finding weaponry or magical patches.
Oh no, magical patches. Okay. Is there... You said trading goods. Does that also mean, like, wine?
I said
Per se?
I said
Wait a minute.
non-food.
Non-food. Okay,
Wait,
sorry.
wait a
Got it.
You can drink wine.
Did you say booze?
There's nothing arcana, so that means... Okay, I would like to move on from this area unless anybody else has something that they would like to purchase from the trade goods.
Let's keep moving.
All right. You guys are able to move through all of the different booths, looking as vendors are pushing all of these different trinkets and knickknacks in your face. Different baubles, nothing really of too much interest for any of you, but you guys are just spending some time looking around the actual auction house. Nime, as you guys move further in, as you start getting past the lower tier commoner items, you do see some beginning to show signs. As first, you can see this long weapons rack just alongside the wall with a goblin with a red headband just kind of sitting there and smiling. And you go up and you look at it, and you're immediately able to tell, and especially Gil would be immediately able to tell, that all of these are very cheap, like blunt, like mall katanas. Like,
oh god.
Like these are the things that like children would buy for like a gold piece.
They got the
wouldn't
family
local
dollar
mall ninja.
katanas.
family dollar katana. But just
Damn. Okay.
an interesting thing.
Can I
That
check the
implies
price?
existence of mall ninjas.
Mall ninjas.
That's scary.
Not joking that they are like a gold piece.
Just one singular. Are they able to be tinkered to be more?
They are made out of cheap raw iron. They would probably shatter if properly sharpened.
Oh,
These are the plastic
frick.
Power Ranger weapons that you get from like a toy aisle.
Do I see any children around?
Yeah.
Do I see children
I mean,
at this booth?
You can not at the
buying these?
booth, but like there's like a half-elven, like a small half-elven girl with this black hair pulled into a ponytail with a blue ribbon kind of trailing out of it, just kind of being pulled by this human woman with these kind of deep-set brown hair, just kind of looking in awe. But there's children here.
Okay.
Like,
Is
is
this
the
just, like, the
closest you get to like going
cheapy-
to the mall.
Oh god, dang it. Do they have anything worth mentioning beyond the cheapy sword?
Well, as you go deeper, the stuff gets better.
Okay.
So,
Obviously, we don't want to go too deep because nobody's got the pocket change for that.
You'd be wrong.
Okay, you want to go all the way to the end?
I mean, I want to take it as I go, but I ain't poor.
as you guys move your way further through this litany of rooms, as you see that you're slowly making a counterclockwise movement through the actual guild, with the main room being the auction house in the middle, and then on the outside, all of these vendor rooms circling the outside of the first floor. You eventually, upon looking, Nime, Gil, Suna, Rem, you all can see basically just this flat fur pelt laid out on the ground, and sitting at it is a individual with extremely blue skin, as so blue that if they were lying in water you wouldn't be able to tell them apart from it. Deep white, pure white eyes, and hair that goes from white to blue tips. This female is a air genasi, as she sits cross-legged, ever so slightly levitating off of the fur. You can see the sprawl of several steel weapons across it. If those weapons interest you.
Are there any like cool daggers?
She has some daggers.
Anything like maybe like slightly fancy but functional, you know?
She has this dagger that kind of the tang pulls down first, and then it curves back up, and so the entire dagger is at like a slight curve. And for reference, all of these are non-magical. She doesn't sell magic weapons, if that's what you guys are looking for.
Kind of like that's fine. Like it curves down, you said?
So a really good way to look at it is it's like one of the daggers that the rogue has in the player's handbook.
Look, I have one of those.
Just these wicked short curved daggers. It's like a mixture of like the normal triangle dagger and the in-between between that and a short sword. It's a little bit longer than that.
How much is it?
How much is the dagger?
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of dagger. I can hear the book.
Yeah.
The dagger is just simply 2 gold pieces.
Fuck it, I'll buy it.
Alright. You can add dagger.
Cool.
Alright. How else are you spending your time here?
I want to keep looking. I want to find like I'm looking for women's clothing.
Easy enough
That's
to
what
find?
I'm looking for. I want good
I
women's clothing.
I would also like to be looking for good women's clothing.
Just let me know what you guys are looking for.
I gotta find a bear-sized dress, and she's a large woman.
She is quite tall. She's not like 6'5" or anything, but she is still
Significantly taller than me.
Yeah, she is still like got a good 2.5 feet on you, I think.
Well, like, everyone's significantly taller than you.
Yeah, but she's like 5'10".
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
big.
I'm
She's a
pretty
big
sure
lady.
Barris is like 5'10", 5'11". She's quite tall for her stature, especially
Sure.
since elves are usually normally like slightly shorter than humans. So,
I was gonna make a joke about Nime trying to find a virgin killer, but
I don't even know what that is. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
It's
I'm
where the
gonna get
slit goes
some-
down to the belly button.
I'm gonna get some messed up pictures. Okay.
No. It's a sweater dress, but the back is completely gone.
Oh, so it's just
I know what you're talking about.
It's just a reverse cloak. Gotcha.
Yes,
Oh.
reverse cloak.
It's a snuggie.
So, yeah, no, you're able to find all these different things. You're actually able to describe to me what you're looking for.
Nime's looking mostly for kimono types, robes.
Mm-hmm. Quite easy to find.
Anything in deep royal blue or purple?
Blue and purple can be found, yeah. So, as this is quite literally clothing, you guys are able to describe to me quite exactly in detail what you want to get.
I would like to have a royal purple kimono type robe with gold floral embellishments ombrang from the bottom to the top with black velvet trimming.
Easy enough to do. Not cheapest, but easy enough to do. As you kind of go and you talk to people, some time can be set aside where you can see this older man just kind of nod to you and begins sitting, and this man just begins to kind of piece together two different kimono pieces into something that you wish for it to be. Let's find out price. Where is it? There we are. For a custom-made kimono, 16 gold pieces.
That is perfectly doable. Can I also get one in pink with the gold floral embellishments, as well as black with the gold floral embellishments?
Sure. We are going to basically each of those will cost 16.
That's fine.
So
Man, y'all really be wearing clothes out here. That's.
I know.
Dude,
You
I
want me
like
to remind everyone what your suit looks like?
My
so
suit looks drippy as hell. That's what it looks like.
48 gold pieces from Nime.
perfect. And then as soon as everybody else is done, I guess I would also like to be looking for jewelry when that time comes.
Jewelry will come up soon. Rem,
Can't
what would you like to
think of,
describe
like-
for Barris, if anything?
I can't. I'm trying to think of like what would look good on her, but she typically wears like straight like Vanta black clothing, doesn't she?
She does seem to prefer Vanty Black. Generally dresses that, not necessarily. She
They're very
kind of goes in
form-fitting
two
and
directions.
straight.
Either very simple, one-colored dresses that go all the way down to her shins, or she goes with almost like the businesswoman's look of a very fancified tunic shirt with dress pants that she goes with. Those seem to normally be her two styles. Her main variable
Wasn't
is
she
whether
wearing
her
overalls
jewelry
the
is
other
different.
day?
Huh?
Wasn't she wearing overalls the other day?
She did wear overalls. She was
I just
busy.
remembered that.
I'm seeing
I'm
every
not- I'm not
equation. You
making-
have to give me a second.
I'm not making fun of it. I just remembered.
I'm thinking of everything all at one time. No, I would not like to create a server. I'd like to open an incognito tab.
I'm sure that Barris looked amazing in her overalls.
I don't want to get her something she won't wear. Like, I don't want to go with the kimonos. Because, like...
Nima is just used to it if it makes you feel better, just because she's samurai. But how about a sundress with sheer sleeves?
No, I'm thinking.
Think.
I want this. I want this. Where do I buy this?
You're yelling this like I know what you're meaning.
I'm sharing my screen. Where do I buy this?
Gosh,
Again, you're
alright.
acting like I could open that without it compromising the
God.
stream right now.
You have 2 monitors.
I do.
Oh, that's
Let's see if I can
almost
do
a
this without it
kimono
messing
type.
up.
This thing.
Can I do it without it
This-
messing up? All right.
JC,
Whatever it is, it looks
So,
really
That's-
cool.
A
Yeah.
yeah.
Where do I find this? socks and all. I want the whole thing.
Same song.
So this multi-layered dress with pink insides moving from purple to white. What? I'm describing it.
No, not
Moving
you.
from
You're
purple
fine.
to white, with gold lining the neckline that starts about halfway down on the chest and then moves up to encompass the shoulders with, what is that, flowers?
Is she gonna wear it?
I don't, like, well,
It'll
you'll
work.
find
It'll
out.
work. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're able to find that. Or have it be
All right.
made, if that's your choice.
I have to have it made. We're not gonna be here long enough to have this made.
Nime's
You see-
having stuff made, basically pieces being taken apart, so.
I have a third thing, but this one is a private thing,
So
so,
we'll
I'm going
get-
to
we'll
send
get
you
it
this
tomorrow?
private thing.
I'll have him make it then.
Nime, basically you guys are just spending time in the auction hall right now. So you guys are just kind of freeballing the shop at the moment.
JC,
have to use the word
I sent you an image, and I would like to know
Okay.
how much that would cost.
Probably the similar amount that this is about to cost,
Oh, perfect.
which
okay.
is 30 gold pieces.
Oh, perfect.
You guys
I'm
have gotten
Amping up
so
the
used.
wardrobe.
You guys are so used to magic items that when I'm like normal expensive stuff, you guys are like, oh, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
It's because we make
Oh, that's
magic
fine.
items money.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 gold pieces for either of you, or for both of
I
you.
want a matching umbrella with it.
A
Oh,
matching
that would
umbrella.
be cute.
Yes.
Add on just like an extra 2 gold pieces to that then.
Okay.
All right. As you guys are able to do that, Nime and Rem are walking out with different like dress boxes. And with that, what's next for you guys?
And what's Suna doing? While we're waiting on this Mortimer business.
Oh, I was just entertaining you guys.
I want to buy some spell components while I'm here. I can do that just on my own. Later.
Right. If I'm being honest, I don't think we're actually going to be speaking to Mortimer, so I figured I'd let.
I mean, what did you need to
had,
talk to him about?
Nime had expressed interest in walking around, so I figured, why not?
I mean, what did you need to talk to him about?
I just want to know if he had heard of anything strange happening.
Does he know you?
No. It was just the name that I had. If the receptionist or whatever her job is hadn't heard anything, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure Mortimer wouldn't know anything more.
I mean, there's other ways to find some information, and I know just the place to look.
I want to crack my knuckles after he says that. And can I roll like
Guys,
a light intimidation, not to like intimidate Suna, but to like give her the idea of I'll beat some people up.
As soon as a player, they can get that idea without a roll.
Maybe
Okay,
I
but
don't
roll
want
it.
to.
You just
So,
want to
like,
roll with
roll anyway.
advantage, don't you? Or with the plus that the voice or the hand gives you.
I mean, not necessarily. I just
But
like I
yes.
just want to get my point across that I will do what I have to do if we need some info.
I mean, that's why I brought you, Gil.
I'm glad that my talents are being appreciated.
I'm not sure that we need that right now.
It's always needed in some sense or another.
As I said, there's other ways to find information. Follow my
What do
lead.
you... Okay.
Where are
So
you going?
we're going to a bar near the port
Okay.
where sailors would be. Because if anyone knows anything about a place called the Temple of the Brine, I'm assuming it's sailors of some description.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sailors more than probably anyone else. Maybe traders had heard something, I was kind of assuming.
Sailors, traders, all those people near that area should know something.
Mm-hmm. You four exit the auction house, heading down to the wharf. All of these different shacks and warehouses line the edges, as you're specifically looking for a bar that specifically caters to sailors.
Bar in other seedier places.
Mm-hmm. As you make your way through, roll me an investigation check, Rem, since you're leading it.
Can I be guided?
If you want to.
For sure need it. 11 is the best I can do. Does my perception not help me at all?
No, investigation is for finding stuff.
Okay. 11.
11. As you're moving through, there are people hauling across. You can see this cart filled with ice and then fish. You can see people pulling these grains on these roll carts. You can see other people with different sacks over their shoulders, but you keep moving by, getting closer and closer to the actual docks where ships are lodged, until you make it, and you can see this ruckus kind of draws your attention, pulling your ear towards it first. As the tavern that kind of puts itself into your field of view is this small hovel that almost looks like it's combined with a warehouse, as there are people carrying sacks into one side of this warehouse and then people carrying out their friends from the other door. As you kind of stride up next to it, you look and there's the kind of nailed in board that has a crude depiction of a seahorse with bubbles coming out of its nose. And all it says underneath it is the Wandering Seahorse.
This'll do.
Okay.
All right. You guys step in. Each of you are immediately hit with the wafting smell of hard alcohol, whiskey, rum, bourbon. All of that sort of hits you as you see these large amount of people all kind of crowding around a large central table, just yelling at each other. This intense crowd that none of you can peer through to see what they're looking at on the singular table. Past them, there's a bar with a couple dotted people on it, but enough seats for all of you to sit there, with a man with more ashen looking skin, large cracks kind of appearing from the lips, the eyes, the nose, trailing all over in this pattern across his face, as one eye glows slightly, and he's just moving from the bar quickly, grabbing different things, pouring large stoppers of amber liquid into cups that he's then passing across the bar to other people who take their drinks merrily. And then some of them go sit at the actual bar, some go lean up against the wall, and others join this roaring excursion that's happening in the middle.
Did Skill actually enter this building?
I was waiting for JC to finish. You said basically as we enter, horrendously strong smell.
It's
yeah?
like a wall.
I'm just gonna look at Rem, and even if he doesn't like make eye contact with me?
I am. When I smell the booze, I'm making eye contact.
I just want to look at him and just like give him the very slightest, smallest like shake of my head and just like step out next to the door and just not go in.
I'll nod my head and like kind of gently usher him back to the cart.
No,
The carriage.
I'm staying. I'll stay outside the bar. I'm just not going in.
Yeah. So I'll go sit at the bar, and the band approaches us. Is Nime and Suna coming to sit with me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You know.
What do you mean, no?
As the
You may
three
have
of
to
you
sit
kind
down here
of
and
move
hold my
up,
hand.
the booth chairs kind of slide out, make a noise as the man just kind of looks up, and you can see the small, like almost like a trail of like an ember as his head snaps over to you. He goes, "Oh, what can I be getting you? General, anything hard, hard liquor I can supply you, or if you're a pussy, I can get you some ale. What can I do for you?"
Oh.
I'm not here to drink piss. Give me what you got. You know what I'm here for. I'm not here to drink piss.
All
I'm no
right.
coward.
We have a sea swill for you. Just rum, bourbon, Umberlee's piss, anything of that sort.
What did he just say?
He said sea swill, rum, bourbon, Umberlee's piss.
I mean, I said I wasn't here for piss, but what is Umberlee's piss?
I mean,
Maybe I am here to drink piss.
Not around here, are you?
No.
As he, kind of, as he pulls out this wider rimmed glass, and he's like, it's a gin drink, as he takes, and you can look as you see with this glass, the edges are coated in salt. It's this kind of mixed gin drink that gives a salty taste as you drink it.
Let's go. I'll have
Yeah.
Umberlee's piss.
I will also have an Umberlee's piss.
I
Might as-
cannot
might
believe
as
that
well.
I'm standing outside right now and you guys are ordering piss. Things they couldn't be worse.
Why
Things
did
could
comes
not
at
be
you
worse.
fast?
Drink piss.
Drink piss.
It's like, oh, how was it in there? Oh, well, you know, we got some bottles of piss. It's all right.
It's for the drink of it. 2 silver
For the
a
drink.
piece for the drink. So each of you pay 2 silver.
Can
Yes,
you,
sir.
Can you spell Umberlee's piss for me, please?
You know how to spell piss.
Umberlee. Is it just U-M-B-E?
Umberlee.
I knew Suna would know how to say it.
Yeah, it's in my notes. 2 silver?
2 silver.
Okay.
Can I
Well,
just
that-
pass him
that
a
wasn't-
gold in peace and call it good?
You can get
Oh, you want more?
4 more. Oh, yeah.
I'll just buy everybody one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just drop
Because
the
I
gold
do
piece.
not. Yeah, I'm just dropping a gold piece because I
mean,
don't
I can-
have silver. So
All
Well,
right.
this is a good time for me to use my copper, then.
if you'd like, it does not matter to me.
I'll give him 40 copper.
Okay.
This small pile of coin that just gets pushed off of the ledge, and you can hear it clink into a bucket below on his feet. You all take care now, then.
All right. I'm drinking piss.
It's very
Yep.
salty.
We're gonna clink our drinks. Nime's gonna hold up her glass and hope that Suna and Rem clink, because it'll be really awkward if they don't.
I'd give you a clinking noise, but I'd have to turn off my my noise suppression, and then all
Yeah.
hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks
I'll-
loose.
I'll
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 clink.
do the thing.
Clink.
Clinkers.
As you guys do that, there's just a roar that erupts from the table behind all of you, as a small punching match happens as this dwarf stands up on the table and just brings both of his hands down, clocking on a human man that just goes down. And then everyone, like, pauses for a second. And then another roar comes up as the dwarf gets, like, picked up and thrown, slams into the wall, and falls unconscious. As then some other people take the human, in true, almost Pirates of the Caribbean fashion, take him over to the door and throw him outwards.
Is it the piss, or is this a bar fight?
It was a very quick one.
I'm gonna get up and deal with this.
I'll
I'll finish my drink first, but
it resolved itself very quickly. The dwarf is now knocked out on the floor, and the human is presumably knocked out, thrown outside of the bar.
But they're not dead.
You quickly check because they're within 30 feet. They're not dead.
Okay, I'll start with the human and tell him go home. I'll give him like a first level cure wounds and tell him to go home.
Am I dead?
He says, "Did he ask if he's dead, or you said I
as he
ain't dead?"
came forth, he just looks at you with these bleary, bloodshot eyes.
You ain't dead. You just got your ass beat. Go home.
Oh. Okay.
Try to start the fight before the third drink next time. You'll serve much better. Yeah.
He just stares at you.
That's it. That's all I got for him. I'll let him be. I'm gonna go deal with Dwarf Man.
You leave him just kind of sitting on the floor of the cobblestone outside.
It was a blank stare. There was nothing in there.
There was nothing but behind those eyes at the moment.
And then we'll help Dwarf Man.
Okay.
I don't know why they knocked him out, but
Oh, that's why.
he's awake.
Okay. The dwarf just swears as his hand goes up to his head where there's this nasty bruise. And just kind of immediately being a bit gruffer just pushes you off of him and just starts stalking, like stalking back and forth, just muttering to himself.
I could have left you unconscious if you want to act that way.
I won my fight fair and square. Leave me alone, pissant.
You did win, but you also got slammed into the fucking wall and knocked unconscious.
Because they're
You're
sore
about 2 feet away
losers.
from being on the cobblestone, too.
They're sore losers. That's what they are. Too good of a card player. And even better at dice.
You got your ass beat over cards.
Fuck yeah, there was 5 gold in that shit. Think I'm
Where
gonna
you
lose
from?
my paycheck?
Where are you from?
From here. Born and
What do you
raised.
do here?
I move product from the ships to the warehouse. I'm a dock worker.
Stocks worker.
Stock. Don't make
Why
fun
don't you
of
come
me
have a
accent.
drink with me? I healed your wounds. I'll forgive the pushing this time. Come have a drink with me.
Make a persuasion check.
I just saved his life. Can I have advantage?
Sure.
I rolled a 1 and a 3. So, 10. Baseline.
10.
10.
Want 2 drinks.
He wipes
Can
his
you handle
nose.
2 drinks?
2 drinks.
Fair enough.
Aye.
Kind of stomps over to the bar and sits. He doesn't exactly smell the most pleasant, and as he
He's a dog
turns,
worker.
as he turns and talks to all of you, you can smell the brandy on his breath.
While Ram is doing all of his whatever,
I'm getting you
Can
a
I-
man to ask questions.
yeah, that's great. While Ram is doing that, can I just see if I can hear anything Like anyone talking about the temple or anything?
I will say, everyone in the majority of people that are around this table aren't talking about that. They're throwing bullshit about their lives or people that they've seen or stories that they have, but nothing is of the temple. The
Okay.
Fire Genasi bartender is actually not doing much either. Just staying silent until someone comes up where he asks them the drink, gets payment, and then goes back to sorting things. And he's moving like a whirlwind. And then as this dwarf kind of just sits, you can hear the chair creak as he moves himself into the bar. As the Genasi comes up, and he immediately orders 2 shots of whiskey as the bartender goes, "Of course, you're going to need to give me about 4 silver for that." And the dwarf just eyes you.
I'll put a gold down on the table directly where the dwarf can see it and say, "Keep them coming."
You can see the dwarf's eyes narrow. "Keeping them coming is what I can do." As you pulls the cork and begins pouring stuff, the dwarf takes the first one, tips it over.
What do you want from me?
My friend has some questions.
Oh, he's a friend. No,
Suna,
I don't
ask
know
him
her.
to keep them. Nothing like that, scoundrel. Suna, ask him what you need to know.
Have you heard of anything stranger than normal about the temple of the Brine in the past month or so? Stranger than normal.
They're all fucking freaks. It's just the problem is there's just more of them now. You know. People come seeking gods. What my mates told me. Last time they went there, there's a bunch of shitty, fucking worthless people coming down from up north, seeking refuge or whatever shit they said. I'll tell you, I haven't seen a fucking person from Dentor here, though. No one stays in Sable. Everyone comes from that fucking temple to Sabline. Not those. That's weird. That they finally found people willing to sit down and listen to the shit they spew.
He said everyone from no one from Dentor made their way down here, is what he just said?
He's saying, at the very least, he hasn't seen anyone come from Dentor, and there's been no talks of people from Dentor coming here. Which would infer that quite a few people have come from Dentor to the temple and have not left. And if you remember, Dentor was a place in the thousands.
And it was down to like the tens by the time we got there, wasn't it?
Dentor started at like, I think 10,000, and it was into the singular thousands when you guys were there.
So that's bare minimum, like, what, 1,000 people missing? We got to the singles? Like 9,000 people gone? Somewhere in the middle. I can't do math.
There's a lot of people.
Just unaccounted for.
And if you, like, again, this is a whiskey-soaked dock worker, but
He knows better than we do.
it's worth noting that he at least claims to have sailor friends that go to the temple and say, yeah, there's a lot of people that say they're from Sable, or say that they're from Dentor. And being in a place where labor is always needed, it is quite odd that someone like him wouldn't have seen anyone coming from Dentor looking for work in his profession. What?
Have you heard anything else?
What is it to hear about a fucking temple? A religious fox. They pray, probably. They don't drink,
I know.
probably.
Yeah, I know what they do. I'm looking
Assholes.
for out of the ordinary. Anything stranger than what that you would normally hear.
Besides what my mates told me about there being more people there than there should have ever right to be at a church. No, nothing.
Have any friends
any
make
of
their way
you-
there and not come back?
Pulls another drink, slams it, turns it over.
Not that I know of. I have friends disappearing all the time anyway.
Don't even got an inside check that. He doesn't give a.
Okay.
You got a friend in the bar right now that made their way over there that could tell us a little bit more?
Not here. I don't like to see my friends losing money. No. Friends are off on ships.
No one's in town right now.
What's it to you? You know something about the religious fox, just go ask them. It's like, what, a day away? You won't become religious, do you?
As he's
Not the
saying that,
goal.
I want to kind of like cough myself and have him take a decent look. Like I want to allude to it, but not say anything, and see if he can like inadvertently pick it up.
He sees you and you see him clock it. Like there's a slight shimmer in his eyes.
I'll let him know not all men of the cloth are quite like them, you know? And I'm gonna order myself another drink
Just
off of
enough-
the
Just enough for them all. Look. You have fun auditing your religious friends. I should get back to dice.
Pushes off the stool. Yeah, you can see him kind of like half walk, half stumble over to the table where this kind of larger Goliath man sees him and just puts a massive hand on his face, just stopping him from rejoining the table. Literally just like how a larger child does to another one, of just on the face to stop them from coming closer. And the three of you are left at the bar.
Is that what you were looking for, Suna?
Helpful in
Not a best source, but the locals know more than we do. Sometimes more than others.
not what I was looking to hear, but glad I didn't hear what I was looking for, type of thing.
I think it's weird that the people of Dentor decided to stay. Is that common?
Can I make a history check for that?
You wouldn't need to. There are plenty of people that when you were living nearby the temple stayed there. And
But
you
it's odd
remember,
no one came this far
well,
south.
well, and it's a thing of like, you just remember they were also normally selective, and from what you remember, they never got above like 50 people there. For any amount of people coming from Dentor to stay there, either they very heavily laxed their admission process into being a clergy, are just holding them there as like refugees, or they went somewhere else.
Well, Rem, it's odd that to hear so many people staying at the temple. They're very. Generally like to interact with a lot of outsiders, typically.
Sounded odd to me too. It's not often for temples to take on people in the thousands. That's something I would know from my experience, yeah?
Even just thinking about it, the only temple that you would even think would be equipped to hold thousands is, ironically, the Halls of Glory, the kind of blended temple decor in Greywall.
That's a very uncommon occurrence, though.
Yeah, but no like, you're
No
hard
normal
pressed to think
temple has it.
You're hard pressed to think of a temple that could hold that many people in general.
As a bunny with no religious background, I think it's definitely something we should look into.
Well, we're headed that way anyway, so
What time of day is it?
I might as well look into it while we're there.
Probably just a little bit past noon. You guys have spent a good amount of time here.
Do you want to spend the night here, look around a little bit more, and then make our way towards that way tomorrow, or?
It's about a it's about a day's travel, right?
Yeah, if you guys left in the morning, you guys would get there probably as the sun was setting.
And I would assume
And
Queen's Cove is about the same story because it's 10 minutes away.
Pretty much, yeah. But you know that that's kind of
Okay.
like the design of the temple is like the thing that they are very used to is allowing people to set up tents outside of the temple and like rest there for travelers.
Yeah. Yeah, we can spend the rest of the day here and then
It's your choice. This is
follow
your
up.
journey.
I have nothing more to do here, but if either of the two of you want to do something here, or if Gil wants to do something, we can go ask him on our way out. But we can stay for the rest of the day. Otherwise, we might as well just head out.
I thought about playing cards and dice with these kind folks, but I'd rather not get my ass beat, I suppose.
I am just here because I've been dragged here. So wherever we go, I'm just going to follow.
Your call, Suna.
Well, let's go ask Gil real quick if he wants to do anything here in Save Line, and if not, we'll just go.
All right.
And I'll
JC.
stand up.
Absolutely. What's up, Gil?
Before, I guess, while this whole situation is going on inside, while I am being not inside,
Mm-hmm.
Can I make? I mean, I guess it'll likely just be one perception check, just to kind of be scanning the area, see what I see.
Okay. Absolutely.
22.
22. First and foremost, the guy that was thrown outside, Rem healed,
Yeah.
told to go home. He has not
Yeah.
sat. Like, he's still just sitting there.
Oh. Okay.
He hasn't moved.
Oh. I mean, he is alive, right? Like,
Oh, yeah,
I can see
he's
that
sitting
not
up. He's
dead.
breathing. He's looking around. He just
Okay.
doesn't look like he's registering anything.
Oh, well, fair enough.
As you just kind of scan, this is like very close to the dockside, so you can see sails massive, filling up their sections of the sky across, lining the water. Off in the distance, you can see some other ships coming in. Otherwise, you can see currently the big thing happening is there's a ship ported right next to this section of the dock, and the gangplanks are currently lowered, and people are taking what look like to you bags of flour off of the ship and going into the warehouse that the bar is connected to.
Does this look suspicious, or is this
It
just
just
like
looks like work that's happening.
okay? I'm not too worried about it then.
It's just a bustling portside town.
I guess so. No, like weird people. No weird
mean,
incidents.
There's the drunk guy. He's a little
Well,
weird.
that is kind of weird, but I'm not too concerned about him.
Nope, just that.
Okay, then things proceed as said.
All right. Well, the other three exit the tavern with Gil standing next to the door frame. You four are back together.
I'm sorry about that, Gil. Is there anything you'd like to do in Sabeline while we're here?
I have no reason to do anything, so no.
Alright. Then let's head out then.
I want to buy some things as we're leaving out, but nothing odd. Some spell components.
Okay. Just
Let me quick stop for that.
quick stuff. Just make sure you're marking what you're buying, how much. If there's anything
Okay.
in massive quantity, let me know so I can tell you if they have it.
They should have about 50 gold worth of powdered silver around. It's not hard.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, you guys are on your way out of Sabeline, correct?
Yeah, we're leaving. Gotta make our
Yes.
way to the temple.
I'm
I'm just kind of following Suna right now, honestly.
Hey, while we're on our way, like after we leave town, I'm gonna tell Rem to, because we can sleep in the bus, correct?
I have hammocks,
bus.
about 5 of them that we can sleep in. Yes.
Essentially a tour. It's essentially a tour bus.
Yeah.
Magic school bus.
Do-do-do-do.
And we'll probably be driving into the night a ways, but why don't we stop at Queen's Cove? It's about 10 minutes away from the temple.
Sounds good to me. Don't mind. And do I have to be awake to drive?
You do.
I
So,
can temporarily hand over control while I'm asleep.
I will let you. Yeah, I will let you hand over. But while you are sleeping, you are technically incapacitated. So.
Yeah, so I can temporarily hand over control just until I wake back up.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough.
And yeah, I can take control for a while.
I'm not sleeping. We're only going like 12 hours. Are we going? If it's a whole day and we left at noon, Whatever. I'm
Would
here.
that put us at 12 a.m.
It
or
would just be noon again.
Just
would it be noon again?
be approaching noon when you guys got to either of those places. So,
So yeah, we'll just do shifts of sleeping.
all right.
Yeah.
Before the four of you leave, is there anything you guys want to do?
Hold on.
Just
So wait, currently we are in Sabeline, yes?
Currently,
Yes.
the four of you are in same line.
Where were we supposed to meet, Bulric?
Ooh.
Can I make a quick history check to remember that?
We
'Cause I
already
did
met
not write it
Ulrich.
down.
It was in Tilvium. We already did this.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, might be y'all. Never
You're
mind.
like
I
3
don't
days
think you're
too
selling
late.
anything else.
I didn't know if we did that yet. Okay, we're good. We're fine.
We did that. They did that
Like
when
a
we
week
went
ago.
to the castle.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. I'm following now. I'm
Oh.
following now.
So nothing else that any of you want to do?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, Nime, Gil, Suna, Ram, you four get back into the cart as you begin trundling your way northward on a path that for Suna, as changed as the weather has made the land, still seems quite familiar to you. As the general stuff happens, if there's anything you guys want to do while you're just heading to the cove.
Nothing in particular for me.
All right. Well, Zex, is there anything specific that you're doing in Greywall besides the golem? Or you just head down and busy? Calling him busy. All right. But the days come to an end as night goes, and with that you all kind of shift off, taking watches as the carriage moves forward. Until strategically you guys kind of place Suna near the end of it, until you're all kind of up, just so the path can be divided, until at about noon-ish the next day, everything kind of moves back into... The breeze still carries the salt, but the bustle of the town has long been left behind at the point that we kind of come back. As Suna and Rem are outside the cart, Rem guiding it through his mind telepathically, and Suna showing Rem where to go. As the cart is on this kind of bumpier path as you actually begin to get into the cove around that area, it turns off into this slow descent down. The wheels hitting rocks and groaning in protest as the cart kind of shakes slightly, but you make the descent down. Suna, this place is familiar. The Queen's Cove, as you know it, is, I forgot to say because it's 3 miles, I think, which is, might be 20 minutes by carriage, but I'm not entirely sure, but it's a few miles away.
You had told me it's a few miles.
Yeah. I don't actually know
That
how
was about it.
carriage transportation time works for minutes. I know how it works for miles.
There's
So,
a small cove a few miles away.
Mhm.
That's all I have.
where, as you guys go, it's this large opening kind of comes up as the land is slowly going upwards this entire time where you're going, where you can eventually realize where if you go all the way to the north, you'll get to Dentor, where you were used to these hefty cliff faces that kind of showed themselves along the shoreline. But with this, the cove is presented by this small, thin path that the carriage can barely fit through, trailing and winding down until the wheels hit soft sand. In this massive cove that has opened up along the cliff faces, probably several hundred feet across, large enough for several size classes of ships to come and dock. You can even see, as you go and look at some of the small trees that grow on the dirt rather than sand parts of the cove, and you can still see kind of points where trees have had nicks put into them by knives, or even some of them have axe marks from where someone tried to chop it down for firewood and then gave up. There are currently no ships in Queen's Cove at the moment, but the water is still. Only a small breeze blowing through, this draft caught by the cliff faces itself, disturbing the water. The rest of it is a brilliant aqua as the carriage pulls up and stops. You're at Queen's Cove the next day.
So I'm going to. It's like noonish.
Yes.
I'm going to step out and I'm going to take off like shoes, socks, armor, things of that nature.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the purple ribbon out of my hair and tie it around my wrist.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk into the waterways and wash the dye out of my hair.
The black staining this water as Nime, Gil, and Rem, you guys kind of watch Suna silently do this as her hair returns to the brilliant red that it was.
After that, I guess I'll return to the party. And well,
I blanked a little bit. Are we at the cove?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Before we
Okay.
leave, I do want to have a conversation.
Well, whatever
So-
comes next, I want to do it. I want to do it as myself. I want to do it as me.
It seems like you're taking a heavy step into the next part of your life without the wonders of youth to kind of guide your path. At least that's what it seems like to me. And in that sense, it's something that I've had on my mind for quite some time. But there is something that I can give you to assist you with facing what may come to you moving forward as you face this part of your life. And it's up to you if you accept this.
I'm willing to accept whatever you have in mind currently.
Very well. Why don't you guys set up camp? This is going to take me a few moments, about an hour or so. And then I'm going to lead Suna away a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. Your kind of feet just stepping, molding the sand around it as the two of you go off, leaving Nime and Gil to their own devices for the moment.
I just need like some sturdier ground. So if we're near the sand, is there like a decently sized like rock cliff face type thing that I can like perch on?
You can also just go over to like the tree line of the cove where the sand is in like a gradient moving to harder packed dirt.
Okay, but is there anything just like that would fit the description, or just as close to the tree line as we can get?
Yeah, like there's plenty of tree line to do, so you're not like scrunching yourself up onto it. You just
All right.
get yourself onto a bit of a higher elevation, as both of you are divided in this a little bit, as Suna is still on mostly sandy terrain, and you move onto the packed dirt and earth.
Suna, I've seen you grow so much from the youth that approached us in the guild asking us to teach you about your magic. And even though I feel we haven't taught you very much, you've grown to accept, and I think in some aspects enjoy your magic. And this isn't something I've done before because unfortunately I left most of mine behind before they reached this juncture in their life. While adulthood is not dependent entirely on age but experience, I feel that you've met both requirements. And I'd like to do you one small favor, and I hope that it can help you with whatever you face as you go through this experience of your, in a way, previous life. When you're ready, you may kneel here and I will begin.
I will kneel down.
As we are on a more tamped part of Earth that's solid, I'm going to begin casting the ceremony spell. That is a first level spell that requires some of that silver powder that I picked up earlier. I'm going to begin by using some of it to create just a small circle around here. It's not a full circle. And then use the remaining amount to sprinkle it on both of her shoulders and then along the top of her head. As the casting takes an hour, it's a lot of me mumbling, more or less. It's not as loud as my resurrection, but occasionally Suna can hear snippets of things that we've done together, pieces of things that I have come to see her grow within, our combats, our trials. And towards the end, I begin to speak about what I hope for her future, of a calmer mind, of more acceptance, and of less fear in what the world would take moving forward. Because while she may be, in my eyes, stepping into adulthood, there are many steps to go until we reach the end. And this is just the first of many. And if we have that whole hour interrupted, I will tell you the effects of this spell.
You guys are fun.
As I complete the coming of age spell for Suna, you gain the benefit of, for the next 24 hours, Whenever you make an ability check, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check. At the end of the spell, all of the silver flashes in a sea of light, and then you can see it kind of coasting down from above you, almost like snow. But for all intents and purposes, you are done, save for the almost imperceivable light snow around your head and shoulders that twinkles when it catches the light just right. This is adulthood.
All right.
Random question, JC. What color is Rem's magic?
It depends on the spell that they're casting. You've seen it be like golden radiance. You've seen it be this green. You've seen it be black. And right now it is pure white.
I'll go with my green D4 then.
Okay. As you two do this ceremony, Gil and Nime, is there anything you guys are doing during this hour?
I haven't. Nime is going to. Gosh, there's not much to do right now.
Doing one-on-one talk with Gil while you eat.
One-on-one talk with Gil. That sounds
Gross.
so great.
Yeah. Well, right now, Gil wants to make another perception check of the area. Just,
Sure.
war tactics, Genghis Khan type things. I need to see what the environment's like.
Me perception.
Oh, well, I see a nice lump of dirt under my feet, and it has infatuated me. I got a 10.
10, which is,
And my passive is a
normal.
16.
Normal. As both of you are just
Please.
enjoying the breeze, the wind, the warm air. It is quite serene here.
So, no, nothing weird.
No Genghis Khan.
It'd be cool if there was, though.
Genghis Khan, huh?
I'd be waking up every day hoping for Genghis Khan.
Ah,
Dreaming.
no. Gosh, yeah, there's not much that I can think that Nime would want to do beyond admiring the things that she bought today.
Yeah. You have beautiful kimonos and a beautiful dress. Stuff that will look nice. And you're excited to use.
Are Gil and I in the same room right now?
You guys are on the same cove. There is no room, but...
Oh, okay. We are outside. That is what I'm hearing.
Outside.
Nature.
You couldn't be more outside.
Be more outside.
Gil, how come you never seem to be interested in the things that are cost money?
I have everything I need.
I suppose, but don't you ever think about maybe, I don't know, switching it up a little bit?
No. Why change things that aren't broken?
I don't know why I expected any other answer.
I don't see the use in flashing clothing or nice things.
I suppose that is fair, but I haven't even seen you buy things that might be a necessity.
Like,
I I don't know, new armor, maybe?
The armor that I have is the exact thing that I need, and it does me very well.
So you mean to say that you don't think you would ever need anything more beyond what you have?
Unless presented with something, no. As of right now, as far as I'm concerned, everything that I have is exactly what I need.
Nime is just going to nod and kind of go back to basically thinking to herself about the next places that they're going to be, where she can basically wear her brand new robes.
Of course.
Mime's daydreaming about wearing new things.
Yes, exactly. I'm daydreaming about
Well-
wearing my pretty things.
Queen's Cove is a perfect place to daydream. As the rest of the hour goes by with no
Hour
issue.
10 minutes ish.
Hour 10 minutes ish, apparently. As after the said hour, you can see Rem and Suna coming back, their footfalls leaving indents in the sand.
When we get back, I'd like to put my things back on.
Of course. You have that, and now everyone is back and prepared for, as at least as well prepared as they can be, for what comes next.
We ready to head up to the temple?
Yes.
I suppose that would suffice.
I'll take that as a yes from Gil. Well, let's head that way, and when we get there, why don't you send Zek's ascending spell, if you have it prepped.
I can do that, but I don't know how to get here.
He'll figure it out.
I can do that.
He seems to be able to do these types of things.
All right.
We'll head to the temple.
As the cart lurches and heads off, you all make your way back up the winding staircase. Or not staircase, but pathway, where you know that so many sailors have come to seek guidance from the Temple of the Brine. As you all make your way there, Suna, just slight shine coming off of her shoulders and hair as the temple makes its way into each of your guys' eye lines. Rem and Suna see it first as they're on the front of the cart. This large sea-scarred tower. Suna recognizes it immediately. It looks unchanged from the last time you were here. A massive scarred stone building running for several hundred feet long and even more, spiking up in these spirals looking like man-made massive stalagmites as these kind of you know that these are like the upper towers of the temple. As I would like Rem, I'll have you be there just because you're seeing it at the same time Suna is. You can make an intelligence check if you want to.
Is that an ability check?
That Rem's making, yeah.
I'm making the intelligence
Yeah,
check?
Suna just knows this. I'm just seeing if you realize it as well.
I'm just out here.
No proficiency, just go?
Just straight intelligence, dirty.
I know nothing. 9?
Okay. Suna, you know of the age of this building. The clergymen and women of this temple always talk to you about how this temple has been alive longer than some of the gods. You never were quite sure if it was true. But coming back, that seems to enter your mind. Outside, as you guys move closer on the path, you can see several bits of rolled up tents that have been stacked. As you can see people in these sea salt colored robes moving and stacking these bundles up in a tidy pyramid outside of the temple, as along you can see this very, very massive minotaur form standing on the staircase leading up to the actual entrance of the temple, with his arms crossed and a large greatsword kind of pulled across his back. As more people kind of move in and out, some of the robed people carrying these bundles of cloth and canvas see the cart and just wave. As they do, you can see that several people are kind of clocking, and as the canvas sacks are beginning to be put down, people are just kind of watching this cart arrive. As Gale and Nime, you two are able to look out from the doors and windows of the carriage now and can see these people, these elves and halflings and dwarfs and humans and tritons, all wearing these robes. Suna, these are very obviously clergymen and women of the temple. You recognize it straight off. You also immediately know who the Minotaur is.
Yeah, I kind of assume.
As the four of you pull up, Rem, you bring the wagon to a halt about 50 feet away from the actual entrance to the temple, as some people in cloaks begin to approach. What would you guys like to do?
Can I roll a religion check to see if I can guess the god of this place? Because technically Rem doesn't know that.
Yeah, make a religion check. Religion.
Can I be guided?
Sure, since this is something you're consciously doing.
Okay. Ah, damn, it's not
Rem's day, is it?
the dice was cocked. I'm gonna re-roll it. Because when my D4 hit it, it went from 4 to 14. I don't think a D4 can do that.
Nope, D4 can't do that well.
Okay. That's a lot better. That becomes a 22.
22. As you can see, the temple itself is patterned across, and as you kind of look closer with your good perception, etched into the wood are inscriptions of waves curling both in left and right. And as one of these people get closer, this Triton female with this kind of long amulet dangling from their neck, again, you can see waves curling left and right, and you do recognize this as Umberlee, the goddess of the sea. She is known to be one of the more difficult gods to work with within this world, as instead of praying to her for good fortune, you pray to her for mercy before you cross the ocean. As this Triton woman comes up.
I'm going to step out. I'm going to leave my weapons in the bless,
Okay.
but I will step out. Do I recognize this Triton?
You do not recognize this Triton. She's younger, probably around her mid-20s, just kind of holding and fiddling with the amulet. Welcome to our humble temple. Is there anything that we could do to assist weary travelers on the road?
I am actually looking for Father Limrin.
Oh, and as the rest of you begin to, or are all of you staying in the carriage right now?
I'm coming
Nime's
down
in carriage.
somewhat, but
Gil will hop out and come with.
Okay. As you see this Suna, as she's just almost saying something, you clock the minotaur stepping off of the stairs and beginning to walk over. And as this Triton woman sees your eyes, she begins, as she's explaining, oh, of course, as she turns, you can see this minotaur just striding confidently over, the hands now full at the sides. And the rest of you can see this massive minotaur.
Like bigger than me, Minotaur?
Like a couple inches on you, minotaur.
Whoa. That's saying
bro.
something.
Comes up and
it's
looks
7 feet tall.
as you see this minotaur look down at you, Suna. Would you please introduce yourself?
Hello there.
Oh.
Hello, Suna. We've been expecting you for quite some time now. As this 8-foot-tall minotaur with turquoise beads wrapped around each of his horns stands over you.
Hello, Brother Trail. You've been expecting me?
Yes, Father Limrin has expected you to come back any time now, and it appears he was correct.
It would appear so.
Brother, is this a returning member of the clergy? Should I
Of
go
sorts.
and inform the father?
Yes, inform Father Limrin right away.
Thank you, brother. And you can see she steps off and begins making her way briskly towards the temple.
And who are your friends, Suna?
This is Rem and Gil, and then we have one other person. Nime is still on her carriage.
Does Trey notice that Rem is a clergy of another god?
What's your passive?
I believe it is 14. Let me check real quick. 13.
13. That is enough to notice that they do have a insignia marked across their shield. You can make a religion check for me.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Enough to know that it is a religious symbol, and they do carry themselves similar to how the people around you do, but not enough to clock what god it is.
What god do you worship, Rem?
I find myself in service of the Lady of Grief.
Lady of Grief. Does he recognize that god?
It's not something that would come to the forefront of your mind now.
I've not heard of that being before.
You may know her by another name, such as Steelheart.
No, it still doesn't bring up any sort of memories. Must be a more minor deity.
Things are different across the pond.
Across the pond? You mean you're not from Papihos?
No, not quite.
Where are you from then?
I'm from further south,
Ah, I see.
the land of Aquaria.
Are any of you others also not from here? Not in Papihos?
Is Nime from Papihos? Would I know that?
Nime
wouldn't
said
know
that
that.
she's not from Papihos before.
Nime is not from Papihos.
Interesting. It's always fascinating to see how one might grow after years of travel.
If Nime would like to come out and say hello,
I can flip the doors open. If she's
no.
leaning against it, she'll fall out.
Oh God! Oh no!
So
Nime, make a dex save.
Fuck.
make a dex save against my spell saving throw.
Okay.
Is it actually my spell saving throw? Or is it something else?
It's something else, but it's not.
It's funny.
I rolled a 19.
I still think that would have made it, even if it was a saving throw.
It would have, but she's still by the door. They can
Yeah.
see you.
As the door
They can't
opens,
see me.
as
I was
Ni-
still in the
yeah,
car.
Nime catches herself, but you can see Nime now before you. This massive hulking minotaur, wrapped in jewelry and robes, with a massive sword across his back, and Treolth, you see a Herringon woman, clad in layered armor with a sword by her side.
I assume herringons aren't very common in this area.
No.
I haven't seen your kind before. You are Nime?
That is I.
Where do you hail?
Well, I am technically from the northern region of Usapate.
Usapate. Fascinating.
I don't typically like these kinds of places, but I do think it's beautiful in here.
What do you mean by these kind of places? Temples?
I-
The ocean?
I do not come from any sort of religious background.
Well, I'm sure that our clergy can very easily help with that.
I want to inside check this man. I didn't want to do it because you brought a guest, but he's been saying some mighty sus shit.
Like what? What are you inciting for?
I wanted to insight when he said a minor deity. If there was any snark behind that, I want to insight. We can help with that because I said the same thing once and I meant it maliciously. So I have two to actually make. I didn't want to do it because I thought he was a player kid who we were ruling, but he's saying some weird shit, and now I'm nervous.
Now I'm nervous.
So the first one, JC, if you'll allow me, for the minor deity, if you'll allow,
Sure.
that's only a 15.
Okay. Are you trying to hide it?
Tell me your meaning.
Trying to hide it? No, he's not trying to hide it.
This Minotaur does speak with a level of snark is not
Condescending.
even as potent as it is to his voice. Yes, he is. This is the equivalent of you being like a lover of the Mets, and then you find someone who's like, they've never been any good. It's the Red Sox that are better. Like all that stuff. He does not.
Yes,
God
baseball
damn.
reference. I don't
He recognized
understand.
that a god may favor you, but since it is not his god, it doesn't seem to hold any weight for him.
I fucking hate Boston, man. The
Boston.
Oh no.
the second one for the we can help with that
Mm-hmm.
is a dirty 20.
This is meant as the most, like, not necessarily smarmy, but definitely someone who is trained of getting people to come to mass, come to pray, come to talk to people who would be more able to convert than they would.
Can I subtly emit hostility?
Subtly emit.
What does
How
that
does
mean?
that happen?
His aura gets scared.
My aura.
Rem,
gives
just
a
I,
put
vibe.
up.
I clear my throat and kind of shuffle a little bit.
Just
Terrifying.
terrifying.
I'm
As
shivering in my
this
timbers.
is
I'm emitting negative vibes.
negative vibes.
Negative vibes.
As this is happening, you just hear this voice, Suna! As all of you kind of look over or past this massive minotaur and see the exact opposite. This fire red haired halfling woman. You can see these kind of rosy cheeks as her robe is just a little bit too big on her as she runs up. I heard that you were back. Oh my goodness! As she comes and, like, you can see her take your hand, Suna, and she kind of lightly, like, pulls you down towards a face level where she just gives you a little pat on the head. Oh my word! You've made so many friends since you've left us. Oh dear, you are just a wonder.
I don't like the way she said that, but continue.
that was a very like backhanded comment to make.
Well.
It's nice to see you again, Sister Navira.
And it's a pleasure to see you again. Oh, I hope little trailer is not causing you too many issues. Please, all of you, come along with me and we'll get to see you inside and get something in your stomachs right away.
Oh.
Come on.
Where's Nime?
Of course.
right now?
If I've learned anything,
Yeah.
it's don't drink the punch, okay? If I've learned anything.
Where's Nime?
Nime's still standing in the
Nime.
cart right now, I believe.
Is Nime still in
Yeah,
the car?
I'm
the
still
door's
in the
just
cart.
open.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
there.
Make
I'm gonna turn around and go back to the car, and I want to have some words with Nime real quick.
Oh God, no! This is scary. I don't want words with Gil.
Which one's scarier,
I-
Gil or the religion?
Oh no!
I'm gonna go. I mean, is it obvious that Nime's distressed?
Yes, she does
Yeah.
not like religious places.
We will meet you inside.
You sure? Would hate to just leave you out here all by yourselves.
Oh, I
Although
meant to say
Limerick would
that.
love to have you.
I'm
I
going
meant
to
to say
pull
that.
out.
I meant to say that to Gil and Nime. Sorry.
26.
Well, as I'm leaving, I'll tell Suna, we'll be in quickly after you.
I'm just going to hold up some rations towards them and say, "I'm okay. I got myself covered. You guys go on ahead."
Ime?
Your friends have
behave.
just the most peculiar of tastes, Suna. Oh well, to each their own.
They'll be fine.
All right. Come here, the father's gonna be so happy to see you again. And she begins literally just taking your hand and pulling you with her.
My insight for this someone was 26.
Oh God! Oh no! We're so suspect, dude.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Don't trust the.
I am a man of the cloth. I grew up in shit like this. Mine was not like this.
Mhm.
She's a very happy, very sweet, very homely woman.
Is she brainwashed?
She doesn't appear to be brainwashed.
I mean, that's kind
I
of
mean-
a given, but not the point.
Oh, this is just gonna turn into you
I'm-
guys bashing religion, isn't it?
I'm remaining quiet. I'm keeping my head down. I'm not trying to rock the boat yet.
You should-
But when I come to rock the boat, be prepared, Titanic. I'm coming.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
I wanna have my words I want words with Nime.
Go
I
have-
wanna,
go have your
I
words.
want to
Oh,
rock the
God.
boat now.
Oh god, he's rocking boats!
As the party splits into two, with Rem and Suna heading one way, Gil, you enter the carriage. Neem is just kind of quietly watching as you do this. The door shuts.
I want to assume the disappointed dad position with my arms crossed.
Oh no, not the disappointed dad position. I didn't grow up with a father, so I am scared.
Nime gets the disappointed dad. Suna gets the waiting mother.
And I just want to ask the simple question of
Oh my god.
what's wrong?
I don't like it here.
Why not?
I do not like religious areas. They make me uncomfortable.
And I'm assuming there's reasoning behind this.
I suppose you could say that. I just never had been. Personally, I have never had to been put in a position where religion was a good thing. I was never introduced to it as a young individual, and I have never had to personally put myself in positions where I would need to be a servant to any sort of religious deity. And it's no offense to anybody that really does. It's just not my thing. And I think that what's going on in there is something beyond just basic worship.
I will give you that much. It's definitely not, at least seemingly not, a normal situation. But you would rather stay in here?
I feel safer when I am not in there. I mean, eventually we have to go in, obviously, but I don't feel safe at the moment.
I'm gonna get on the ring, and I'm gonna ask Suna, are Nime and I needed for this endeavor, or is it all right if we hang back?
It should be fine for now. Can we say that I left my my weapons on the dash? Let's say, or like
the
this, or like my seat.
You left your weapon in the
Don't
cart
put your
in a
feet on my
situation.
dashboard.
What are you doing?
Like literally,
Left
like
the weapons
left.
in the glove
Well, there's
box.
like the places
Let-
for like feet to stay in the
let
carriage when
me
you're on the
finish.
front of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're letting
absolutely.
finish.
I just needed to clarify some things.
Mm-hmm.
It should be fine for now. If you see my things up in front of the carriage disappear, I might need you guys. How about that?
Reasonable enough.
Am I hearing this?
It's over the ring. So
Can
yeah.
I-
Is just going to take a very deep breath in and exhale and out of character. Oh, Gil's my dad.
Am I within 500 feet of the cart?
If Rem hears it, it is quite likely that the people around you guys will hear it as well. So.
I have
Oh,
a
fuck.
ring on.
Oh, you do have a ring
I'm
on.
not-
Then yeah, you hear it in general because it's in the head.
No.
Yeah. You heard what I said, and that's why I kept it vague. But
Could I shimmy her things back into the cart if I like shake it a bit if I'm within 500 feet? I'm assuming there's like a little window that things can go through so you can talk in and out of the cart.
Yeah,
That's-
but Suna basically... So carts don't have a dash. I hate to break this news to you. So
She's
what
just-
I'm putting it in is instead of it being on the seat, there's the footrest that is in
I
front
know
of
what
the
you're talking
cart.
about.
There's not a
Yeah.
window there. It's just sitting there. So they're literally just sitting in the small recess, the small divot that the front of the cart has for feet.
Feet.
Shut up.
Feet.
I will... Stop
All
it.
right, I'll leave it be. But I want to try to keep the cart within 500 feet of me as we're going along. So it
gonna
might
be
be moving just a little bit. I want to park it as we're going in so I can stay within distance.
We left it
Unless
within
they say
50
anything.
feet. We left it within
500.
50
It
feet
needs
of
to
the
be within
temple, didn't
500.
we?
Yeah, it's 50 feet of the temple.
Okay,
So
so I should still be within. Let me know when I leave.
Temple,
Right.
the temple is long. It is not wide. Or yeah, it is wide, but it does not go very far over. As the temple itself, actually, we'll hold off on that because only Suna kind of really knows about that, and you
Oh
can't
my
see it
God,
very well
he's
from this
gonna-
edge.
He's gonna drop a battle map.
No, don't say that. Do not.
Um,
No.
It's fine.
But I mean,
It's fine.
Nime's
Don't worry,
Nime
guys.
has heard this information as well, so
All of
I'm
you have a
going.
ring.
Is there is the cart made so there's the seat to have the reins? Is that on the top, more or less?
It's kind of like it's a double decker, and you have to come
Right.
down from the top a little bit so you can sit towards the middle area. So you have to come down a little bit.
But okay,
It's more or less
so-
of a similar persuasion.
Actually, I'm just gonna go and hang out by Suna's weapons. No more words will be exchanged with Nime unless she decides, but I'm gonna hang out by Suna's weapons and just kind of wait.
All right. As the two of you are kind of put or just walked through by Suna's past brother and sister.
Are you getting any dirty looks?
They're not giving you. Well, I don't know if Trail's giving you dirty looks, but no,
He's
There's
not really.
Okay.
You haven't pissed him off, so he doesn't have any reason to give
You
you any
should
dirty looks.
piss him off.
Navir
me
is
20 minutes.
Navir is just kind of beaming, and is all this kind of small talk talking about how you look so grown up now. I'm so proud of you, and we were all worried sick, of course, but the father always said that you were going to come back at some point, and it's the will of Umberlee. So we're just happy to have you back, safe and sound.
Bullshit.
All this general things. As you guys move through, the smell of salt kind of permeating every single section. You cross through these halls, and you can see through these windows, although stained glass blurring, you can see people moving on other sides, as you can also hear just general prayers being said, sermons being said by other people as you continue moving on. As you get to the end of this hallway with two driftwood doors, almost looking like part of possibly a shipwreck or just plain driftwood that have been repurposed and made into these ancient, beautiful looking doors with the waves parting the double set. As these two waves, one going left, one going the right, separate as the doors open. What you see before you is the back of a male figure sitting in this prayer kneel. His long aqua blue priest sash around his neck and falling to the floor, curling back. His half-elven ears protruding and blonde hair kind of pushed over, almost disorderly but still purposeful across his head. As the door opens, you can see the ears almost kind of twitch to register this sound, and very slowly, painfully even, all of you see this half-elven man go from a kneeling prey position to turning around and moving into a sitting position. This half-elven man is probably the oldest you've seen, easily several hundred years old. Again, blonde hair, messy and purposeful, thrown across the right side of his face, and right underneath his right eye, a scar moving down his cheek and connecting with his jaw. The eyes, blue like the ocean, and soft. As the four of you enter. And Suna, you see this man sitting before you. Smile. As he's just sitting on the floor looking up at you.
I guess I'll sit down across from him.
Okay.
Hello, Father Limrin.
Hello. It is good to see you once again.
I heard that you knew I'd be coming back.
The voices on the waves told me that someone very dear to us would be returning. I could only hope that it was you. It has been a painful few years with you disappearing. But it is all worth it to see you safe again. It is good to know that you are all right.
All right, does it start?
The smile just kind of moves as he shifts his eyes over to Rem.
Are you... I must assume you had a part in keeping her safe. I must offer my most sincere thank you.
I'll just give him, the gentle bow and not say anything.
He looks past and to Treyoth and Nevera.
We have stayed true to the Lady of the Ocean, as the Queen of the Seas, and she has granted us favor of bringing those who were lost to us back safely. As our faith has been assured once again.
As Vera kind of bows her head, her hair kind of going across her face. The smile a bit more reserved.
Raelf tries to outdo Navir's bow as he goes a little bit deeper.
Okay. The smile, the soft smile just becomes this bit of a grin across the old half-elven man's face.
I apologize if they were brass to you.
They were fine.
They always mean to do us well. They are quite good for our temple. But I would be a foolish man to think that you came back here on simply a whim. You must have things to discuss, ask. And for that I will not embarrass you in front of your friend. If you so wish, I shall have the other three step out, and you would speak freely in front of me if you wish.
I would ask Brother Trail and Sister Navira to step out, but I would prefer for my companion to stay in the room with us. If that is all right.
Rem, you kind of just see side-eyeing Vera like raise or begin to like open her mouth to say something as the father's voice just kind of pulls forth in front of everything. That would be quite fine. I'm sure that they can put aside their worry for my well-being for a few moments. And he looks at both you, Trealth, and Navira. If you'd please give us a moment.
Trealth will take a breath in and then walk out of the door.
Navira just bows and kind of shuffles backwards as the doors close. You never did quite get along with them, did you, child?
I guess it's hard to recall. It's been quite a while.
It has been years since we have last seen you grace our temple.
I would like to apologize for the book at all.
Child, there is nothing for me to seek an apology for, as everything that we could have hoped for is sitting across from me. You are here, you are healthy, and you are among friends. There is nothing more someone could wish for their children.
Rem?
Yes.
Could you send a sending spell to Zax and let him know that we're here, and if he's available to join Gil and Nime?
I'd be more than happy.
Thank you.
I want to clock this man's expression as he sees what he's about to see. I don't know if you remember what this looks like.
Mm-hmm. I do.
I'm talking about Suna. Okay. To Zex. Made our way to the temple. Suna requests you join Nime and Gil in the carriage. They're just outside the temple. See you soon.
Okay.
Zex, you're probably working on the golem at this moment.
Yes.
As you receive that.
So before I respond, can I aim for the inside of the cart, or do I have to aim for an outside location?
I would let you go for the cart.
Okay, then I'm gonna aim for the cart, and I'll say back, okay, I'll be there shortly.
All right.
What level of hit do I get for this?
What level? Oh, right. Teleport.
Do I get very familiar or seen casually?
The cart technically is a moving place. Does it count for this?
That's why I asked.
Like, does inside of the carriage constitute as a place, or would he have to say, like, near the temple of the Brine and go by what he knows?
It does. It says, to a destination, so he can say inside of Rem's cart.
Okay.
However, because it is a new cart, I would say seen casually.
Okay, that's better than viewed once.
It is.
Don't fuck me, dice.
Fuck him.
We're
Launch-
okay. I got a 62.
62.
Launch him into the fucking sea.
Alrighty.
Sounds
As
good.
Nime, you're just kind of trying to calm yourself in the cart. Being like, okay, this is not my cup of tea, but it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this. And then this flash of arcane force and energy, and there's just Zex right in front of you.
Up.
I don't want to know. No. Simply do not want to know.
I was
Why
told to
are
just
you
kinda-
here?
Because Rem asked me to come, told me to hang out and over here with you guys.
Gil, are the weapons gone?
Gil, they are not gone.
No, they're
Okay.
not gone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout back to Noom.
No. No.
I'm gonna shout back to Nime and just say, no.
She
This
asked
place
the
smells
questions,
of fish, and it's not.
are
because
they
we're by
still
the
there?
ocean.
And you said no.
They are still there.
Oh, yeah.
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 They didn't summon. So, poor
It was
communication,
something
but got to
along
the correct
lines
result.
Where they gone?
We got there.
Got to the result. Suna's stuff is still there.
Okay. Nime's just kind of. She's doing the leg shake. You know, when you just can't sit still.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that.
All right. Well, Nime and possibly Gil catch Zex up on what's happening. Back to Suna and Rem. It's after Rem casts a spell, his body comes back to normal from the almost possession of Rem's sending.
21 insight.
Undisturbed. You wish to
Sorry.
speak freely.
Yes, I guess now I should get to why we are here. We have had a couple of run-ins with members of a group called the Seven Ascended. One of them was in the crypt under Dentor, which is
The city above, yes.
the things that were going on there sent people this way, as I'm sure you're
Yes.
aware.
We were a refuge for them for quite a while.
The member that we found had mentioned this place. And I was wondering if there was any records or anything of the sort that would give us some more insight into either this member specifically or the group as a whole.
I must inquire. And of course, any of our records are your records. But were they trying to get something from you when they told you this?
He didn't ask for anything in return. And in truth, I'm not. He spoke very vaguely. So I'm going off of the little bit that I'm not going off of much from that conversation. This was the only kind of our only lead.
We will help you as well as we can. You shall have Vera access our records for you. And you are welcome to stay here and peruse them for as much as you like. We cannot turn our back from such a member, or someone who has been lost for so long. We cannot turn them away when they come back.
My turn. Can I insight check?
Sure.
I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't want to interrupt. I like to do this too.
Both of you can do that.
Just to be,
I want to know. I'm getting the vibe from him that he considers me in the same way that he considers, like Navira and Trail as to be members.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
I was like a 13.
Did you add your D4? Did you add your D4?
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
17.
17. You see this elderly half-elf man talk about it, and he's not saying necessarily, from what you guys get.
I was 29.
29. That's a good roll. Neither of you are seeing him he's not referring to you as like a clergy. As you've noticed, he hasn't called you sister or brother. That's something you've picked up on. But he does call you child, and he does refer to you in a fatherly kind of tone, as a sense of the word. Even if he doesn't see you as a member of the temple, he still appears to think of you as someone that he had been responsible for a long time.
Okay.
But no, he has not called you brother, he has not called you sister. He does not seem to think that you, not even in this saying of like, oh, you're back to become part of the temple. He's just, it's good to see that you're alive after these years.
Okay.
Trey Elf might have given off a different perspective, but
He's out here. He's vibing.
he's out there.
Trailth does what he does.
I sure do.
You have friends among you. You are welcome, and they are welcome to use our resources to further your search, as you put it. I fear that whoever you had talked with was trying to find something from you. And for that I will pray for your safety.
The only real quick, before I say the next thing out of what, Rem?
Yeah.
What is your vibe? What you got going?
Are you asking me like in character?
No, I'm insight checking you.
Seeing if you
with
have a negative
an
vibe
awful
about
roll.
you.
I rolled a 9, which is shitty.
I'm being vibe checked?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's vibe check? You're vibe checking me?
I'm vibe checking you. I just I want to know your general vibe.
My general vibe is this is your business. I'm here as a silent observer. I'm here to support you no matter what you choose to do, unless he tries to hit you with that welcome back to the family, son, and then I'm stepping in. But, you know, I'm not hiding my vibe here. I'm a quiet observer.
You got that kind of that same shell shock Rem deal
No,
going
not
on.
shell shocked. Rem is
But,
fully
like-
alert and paying complete attention, but he's respecting you.
Okay.
He's letting you do your thing. This is not his place to talk. It's not his place to be. I am here to support you with my presence and nothing more.
All right. Let's hope I don't regret this.
I will explode right now if that's what you want.
That's not.
I mean,
what
I don't want to explode for this guy. I'm going to spare him, but like, fucking asshole out there, oh, God. I'll make jerky.
want.
Rude.
The only real thing of note from my conversation with that member is he gave me a stone and said that if I squeezed it in my hand, that he would clear the fog from my mind.
Do you believe that this might be his way of trying to get something from you? Or is it something honest?
It's hard to say. He told me he didn't want anything in return.
Something has made you not indulge that stone. That is all that I can observe from that child.
Have you heard of similar occurrences?
Of stones
helping people? Not in my recent knowledge. No. But you are special. And that is what makes me more concerned for you.
Have you heard of the temple capturing or helping capture demigods?
Child, our temple is older than some of the gods themselves. I personally am too young to have participated in anything concerning the gods besides their will. But if there is a place that could do something like that, ours would be the first in line in my mind. This does not come from devotion. This comes from knowledge.
Hopefully something in the records will
Of course.
help us find what we're looking for.
I hope you find what you want in our records. I am not the the brightest man who walked these halls. But Navira will help you.
I appreciate your help.
Of course. Now, let us make sure you are all settled. I wish to meet and thank personally each of the people who have helped keep you safe. You can hear him groan as he slowly moves himself to his feet.
I'll stand up as well.
Ow. As he moves past both of you, opens back up the doors with effort, and you can see both Navira and Trail just standing by the door. And sees Navira, we will be preparing a feast. Something for the weary travelers. And Trail, they will be staying here a while. Please make sure that they are comfortable, and as he turns back to you, Suna, you are welcome to stay within our temple walls if you wish. As he,
Thank you.
his hands just in front of him clasped together, he walks off, and Navira walks with him, leaving Treolth in the doorway.
Well, but Brother Trail,
Yes, Suna?
How have things been around here since I've been gone?
Since you've been gone, it's been not too loud. It's been quite quiet since you left. Not a lot happened. You were probably the most exciting thing before you left at the temple.
I guess I tend to do that.
You sure do. He turns to Rem. Rem, I want to apologize for my conduct earlier. It is not becoming of a clergyman to be so rude towards another's god. If you wish, you may teach me of this being.
I understand your conduct in my own way. In a sense, while us of the cloth must conduct ourselves with a higher order, when we meet others of the same ilk, we tend to become oddly competitive. I take no ill meaning.
I'm glad that we have reached an understanding.
The three of you walk, your footsteps hitting the stone as Trail takes the two of you back to the front of the temple, where the two of you see Zex and Gilgamesh and Nime all still around the carriage. The three of you see Rem and Suna exit the temple with this minotaur, and you're all together.
Who is that individual? He points over to Zex.
That is one of my companions, Zex. He stayed behind while we traveled, but
And he was still able to catch up?
magic and the such.
Ah, so he is one of arcane power.
Yeah.
And where do you hail from, Red One?
Red one?
You.
You.
Thanks
Yeah.
so much
You're welcome.
for that. Far, far away. Not here.
That's not a location. It seems that most of your party is from far, far away.
Does seem that way, doesn't it?
So do you not wish to share with me where you're from?
Not really, no.
Odd, but I will respect it.
Thank you.
What time of day is it, ish?
It has been a little bit of time. You guys took time in the cove, so probably about like 3 o'clock. You guys have a couple of hours before that dinner is that Father was talking about.
God, it's so early.
Okay.
Trail will kind of go on to reinforce that you guys are welcome to stay out here, but the Father has also invited all of you to have personal rooms, and there is a clergywoman, Navira, who is readying their historical records for all of you.
You know, I would love to stay, but I actually already purchased a room at a motel, and I already put money down, so I will not be staying here.
Is there a city anywhere close to here?
The Dentor is like half a day away.
So you purchased
Staying in Dentor.
you purchased a hotel half a day away when you can just stay here.
I mean, there's a nice pillow in the
Nina?
cart. I don't.
Nina?
Brother,
So this
Brother-
you're making excuses then. You do not wish to stay with us.
Brother Trail,
Yes.
we will. I appreciate the help. But we'll meet you at the front door for dinner.
Very well. That's all you had to say. You don't have to make excuses. You just say you don't want to join us. It's much easier to be honest than to make lies.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Hard lesson I try to teach these young ones. A hard lesson indeed.
It doesn't seem to have taken root.
When you travel the world as we do, some lessons are harder than others.
How old does Nime look? Oh, I guess he doesn't know what a herringon is, so he has no idea. How old are you, Nime?
Does it matter?
I'm just curious if it's your tendency to lie comes from your age or if it's just your disposition.
Oh man, don't make me say something mean today.
Oh, it's Minotaur. Minotaurs live to. What the
Heather,
hell?
we will see you at dinner.
Lord, don't make me say something mean today.
Lord, show me how to say no to this.
Trail will leave, seeing that he is not welcome here anymore.
Okay. As Trail leaves this weird, like, this is we've somehow managed to cross into the realm of extended family reunion territory.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we have.
Everyone's just a little tense, a little awkward. But Brother Trail disappears into the temple. And the three of you, or I guess now it is 5 of you,
of 5 of them.
are by yourself. There are a couple of sea salted robed people still moving canvas bags over and setting them in that pyramid. But they are like 50, 60 feet away from you guys. So you guys are pretty much by yourselves.
I am sorry about him.
Was he like that even in your youth?
Yeah. This, you know, obviously, we have been invited to stay within the temple, though we do not have to if you're uncomfortable with it.
You are more than welcome. I am just not in the most comfortable place that I have ever been. That is for certain. I
Nina, you're
apologize for
welcome.
any
Under,
dissatisfaction I may have caused.
You're more than
Nime
welcome
and
to
I.
share a room with
Okay.
me if you like.
Father Limrin is having the temple prepare a feast for us tonight. If you are uncomfortable, you do not have to eat the food, though I would
Still show.
I would appreciate if you would at least sit down at the table.
I'm going to. Nime is going to look at Gil, look at Rem, take a deep breath, look at Suna, and nod. Okay, that is fine then. I will sit at the table, but if anything becomes amiss, I will not hesitate for a second.
Hesitate to.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'd ask that you kindly conduct yourself in a proper manner.
Can we say the same that these people will also as well?
Oh, you know I'm more than willing to punish those that don't conduct themselves properly. But the father
They
himself
don't.
seems sincere, so
Okay.
They
take well
they
to his
don't mean
kindness.
they don't mean harm. They're maybe just poorly accustomed to normal people.
Fine. I will put on my best behavior and mannerisms for this one time, even though I was severely insulted.
Would you like to sleep in the woods?
Is that an option?
It is if you continue to act this way, despite me telling you that the father seems sincere, as I met him myself.
I don't think that you're lying to me.
I don't think he can lie to me.
You know what? I will accept that as an answer. All right. What is the sleeping situation?
We
Suppose we'll know
can.
after dinner.
Okay.
I don't know the
We can do that then.
specifics, but we can either sleep in the temple, or if you are uncomfortable, I'm sure it's fine. You sleep out here in the carriage.
Okay. We'll discuss that after dinner. We'll see how things go.
I guess I should catch you up on the things we came here for.
Okay. That
Sister
might
Navira. Sister Navira is preparing the records of the temple for us. I think they might have some information on the seven ascended. Maybe specifically Pakat. I can't say for sure because I don't know what they have. If whoever wants to help with help go through the records, the only extra thing I would request is if anyone finds mention of Pakat or any of the Ascended making offers to mortals without asking for anything in return.
Why? Sorry. Is there a specific reason why we're looking into this?
We've heard rumors as we've gone along that it is possible for Pakat, at the very least, to provide a talisman of some description in exchange for offering assistance of some variety.
I see. And is this malicious assistance, or is it just...
We are not sure.
Okay.
We've only heard of it.
So we're here for mission purposes.
We are here to look into Pakat, what the temple knows of Pakat's imprisonment, and anything of the Ascendant's involvement throughout history. As they have said, this place is much, much older than we assume it to be. I'm sure they may have something or another.
Okay. In that case, I don't feel like I really have a choice but to tag.
You will not be harmed here, not on my watch.
And I believe
Not
you.
on mine either.
They may seem strange, but until anything actually jumps at us, strange is strange. We're not exactly the most normal folks either. We get strange looks everywhere we go.
And though I have no problems with religious folk, everyone bleeds red, and I'd like to think that I'm the most qualified one here to say that. So if things do go amiss, I have no qualms with killing everyone in there.
I see.
I appreciate the sentiment. It should not come to that here.
I am going to put all of my trust in Suna at this very moment. And I will not do anything out of line unless given the okay.
If anything happens to you, I will protect you with everything I have.
Oh man, guys. That's so nice. Okay. Nime's just going to she's huffing about it, but she has definitely calmed down and is putting trust in everybody and is glad to come along.
All right. Eventually, the group of people placing canvas outside finishes, and they all return in. The hours tick by until approximately 3.5 hours later, as the doors open and you can see Navira, the red-headed halfling woman, step outside. And as she calls over, you can hear her voice carrying on the salty wind. The dinner's ready.
Well, we'll head in.
Could I have put on my nice suit that I've been saving since the?
Oh, yeah.
All of you are allowed to change if you want to.
Nice.
You have 3
No
hours
armor.
to.
You know what?
And
you know
one
what?
person can literally just say, hey, I'm not, if one of you's uncomfortable at changing, you can be like, hey, can everyone go to the top, it's a double-decker carriage, please. Go up.
We're
I
putting
didn't
on
even.
Purposely change at the top of the double-decker carriage
No. Make
So
everyone,
everybody can see.
No, make everyone
Turn around,
else go to the
everyone
top
go.
of it.
No,
and
I'm
they
saying
change at the
change
bottom.
at the top to lead young clergymen into temptation.
Oof.
You know what? I can do
Aaron
that.
Gone titties. Don't
This is
do it.
my very first kimono. I finally found photos that accurately describe what
Whoa.
I was wanting.
Mhm.
So this is the first one.
I love
Oh.
Pinterest.
While Nime's looking like that, Gil ain't even changing.
Gil
I didn't
gets
even-
to be who he wants to be, okay?
I didn't even bring my nice clothes. I left them at home.
I
Okay.
did, but I'm not changing.
I'm changing. No
I'm
armor.
changing.
I
I'll
like
bring the bag.
comment That
Look, man, I'm not wearing layered armor into a temple.
I already
That's
did
fair.
it.
True.
It's very fair. All right,
I've done it before. I'm not
So-
going to do it again.
Zex and Nime have changed.
Oh wait, JC, just to let you know, I am wearing a strap underneath of my kimono that does indeed have my pistol.
Okay, so you don't have your sword, but you have your pistol.
I do have my pistol.
She stays strapped.
I say
No, I
strap.
keep that MFing thing on.
Hey, mommy.
Oh,
Alrighty, sounds great.
And I will bring the voice in violin rather
Okay.
than swords.
I love how y'all are being discreet, and I just have the
Biggest
6
sword.
foot, a 6 foot long sword just on my back.
I mean, we don't get to
I'll
be
just-
discreet. Our shit doesn't change forms.
Yeah, and even
I'll,
if it
Nime
could,
just
I'm not
conceals
gonna
carries.
change
That's
it.
about it.
That's true.
Yeah,
Does
we
you have a
don't get,
license for that?
Concealed carry.
You don't need a license when you're
Uh,
badass.
You don't
Like,
need a
I got-
license
I
when
live
you
by.
shoot
I
all
got
of the
biddies. Why do I
police.
need a license?
That's true. That's true.
I'll just keep my stuff in the carriage like before.
Oh,
All right.
lame.
So,
Don't. Oh, I can force hammer that shit. Fuck off.
That's true. That's true.
So the 5 of you, 2 of you dressed up, and the other 3 not. Step over to Sister Navira. She smiles as all of this kind of as all of you kind of walk up. You can see her kind of look over all of you. Well, that's very nice looking. Where'd you pick that up? As she's looking at you, Nime.
I got it made at a little shop inside of the what's it called? What is it called? JC, I need help from my mega memory.
The Traders Guild?
Thank you. The Traders
That
Guild.
happened today.
That happened today. I got this in the same day.
Well, that's very
yesterday,
nice.
But yeah.
Well, I'm sure that will make a good impression. Now, we did listen a little bit in, and well, Treyoth wasn't any bit shy saying about how some of you are a little bit nervous about being in here. So we've made it a little bit less congested for y'all, if that's all right. If you prefer to sit with all the other clergymen and women, that would be just as fine as well. But sure that if you prefer, then just have the father next to you. As she's leading you all into the temple, you can hear through the stained glass as everyone's talking, and as she walks through, you can see dozens of people sitting at benches and tables, all with these robes with different sashes or pins on them, talking, laughing, some reading, others like spinning a small top, and all of them eating. As you can see, several different plates of seafood, of shrimp, crab, salmon, and different greens all set out across the tables as Navira leads you further past this other set of stained glass. And you can still hear the murmuring and laughter of the other clergymen and women. And you can even see some of them get up and move around the tables through the stained glass window. But as you go, you can see this still large but comparatively smaller and nicer table. And sat at the head of it is Father Limrin, the half-elven man, the very elderly half-elven man, who is sat and standing next to him, quite literally at his right side, is the figure of Treyoth. Please, all of you come have a seat now. Figured this would be a good way to get you out of the crowd, as it were. Everyone's so interested and so happy to see one of y'all come back all safe and sound, and the people that helped you get back all safe and sound.
I guess I'm gonna sit down, and I'll as I'm sitting down, I'll kind of pull the chair next to me out and side eye Nime just a little bit.
Okay.
Why are you eyeing me? What the hell? Okay, I'm just gonna sit next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will sit next to Father Limrin.
Okay. As Treyoth is a little bit hoarding the seat to his right side, you take the one on his left.
That's fine.
As you can see, Navira sits next to you, Suna. Rem, Zex, do you two sit down?
I'll just sit.
Yeah,
I'll just sit.
Okay.
I'll sit next to Rem, wherever he sits.
Okay. So right now we currently have Father Limrin at the front of the table. On his right side we go Treyoth, Gil, Nime. On his left side we go Suna and Navira.
Whatever. I'll sit next to Nime.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I
We're
got
just getting these all set
points.
up for the battle map,
Oh, God. No, don't.
As
No.
Rem, do you sit next to Navira or do you sit next to Zex?
I'll sit next to Zex.
These are the real decisions. So everyone
The hard-hitting
pushes in.
questions.
Navira lifts over with both of her hands, just kind of leaning heavily on the table, pulls up this massive silver platter. You can see this large, again, Atlantic, or not Atlantic, God, real world coming through, but it's something similar to an Atlantic cod. This massive fish spread across the table, with slices already made through it, and it's like, well, don't be afraid to help yourselves. And as she starts pulling this slice of fish onto her own plate with some greens, and as there is, for everyone, torturing Gil today a little bit, as there is a cup of water and a cup of wine, like glasses.
I'll slide his cup to me, and then I'll just reach over and slide it over to me.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him, look at the cup of wine, and then slide it over to Zex.
Okay.
Wait, so who has a cup of wine? I thought Rem was taking it.
Slides 2 more cups to me, so I am a man with 4 cups of wine.
I'm keeping my cup.
Oh.
Thank you
Now
very
you
much.
have Nime's and yours cups,
Yeah,
so we're
I
doubled
do.
up.
So we each have 2.
2 of you are doubled up. Suna's normal.
Communion.
You guys
I
getting
asked for
absolutely
10 more
wasted.
cups and give them
I will-
all to Rem.
I'm not getting drunk in the temple.
I'll give Rem my 2 cups. I don't.
I'm not getting
I'll
drunk
drink
in the
wine.
temple.
That's
Really
too
bad.
bad. Now you are.
No.
Oh my
What?
God.
I'm inside checking them as I now have 4 cups of wine.
Can I insight check
28.
Rem?
Guys.
The Rem's like, oh shit, they're gonna think I'm an alcoholic. Wait a minute,
You
I'm an
are.
alcoholic.
Wait a minute.
No,
I am
I-
an alcoholic.
Oh wait, I forgotten. I am a chronic alcoholic. Oh no.
I love alcohol.
I love
Aw,
alcohol.
Man, I love alcohol.
It reminds me of communion. I cannot find a picture of the damn kimono that I picked out for.
I thought you was gonna say
Goddamn
communism, and
Paris.
I was right.
I can't find it again. It's lost. I don't
okay.
remember the keywords.
It's okay.
Anyway.
But you
JC,
all-
completely out of character. Sorry.
What's up?
Please let me know if I need to adjust any of my gold piece spendings, because I understand if the photos that I'm sending may be a little bit more expensive than what you had quoted me. Please and thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Anyway, how's my 28 insight check as I am now a man with 4 cups of wine?
On just in general?
Yeah, but I want to, like, I'm sure the fathers just fought whatever the fuck I'm doing, but I know
he's-
Minotaur Man's got
he's-
Minotaur
he's
shit to
still got
say.
that smile. I don't know. What does Trail think of Rem having so much alcohol?
It's like, how do you explain that look? Like a sign of respect, you know? The look at someone just respects what you're doing. That's what Trail does.
Is Rem's space crowded now that he has
A little
5
bit, yeah.
cups?
Yeah.
But you're gonna hate this. Now I have to check 4 different cups for poison.
Oh my
Check all
god.
my cups.
Just
Yeah,
purify
you-
food and drink and hit them
I
all.
want to do that.
Why the fuck do you think I have that shit queued up? Okay,
So just do them all at once.
I don't have that spell queued. I can. I'm checking for poison. Does my herbalism or alchemy help me check for poison subtly?
Subtly. Not subtly.
Is there
There's no way to
poison
do
up
this
there?
subtly.
As I'm going to like sip, I am going to take like a cautionary smell. If anyone says anything, I'm going to say, "Oh, I'm very particular about my wine." And it's like, "Oh, it's for communion." I'm like, "Oh, communion's great."
Oh
Poison?
yeah, I know communion.
I know communion. Let me
They
understand.
definitely,
Listen, I
they
am
definitely
deathly allergic.
smell their wine before they drink it.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm not being poisoned. So I'll test it as that. What am I rolling
I guess a medicine check.
for poison?
What else would it
Fucking
go under?
maybe survival. I don't fucking know.
Survival? My herbalism gives me nothing.
Herbalism would.
It might lower the DC. We'll see.
I'll
Maybe.
I'll look at the herbalism as, yeah. I kind of want you to roll a natural one, so I'm just like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Make a scene.
Like, yes, you are.
I instead rolled a dirty 20.
Oh, the opposite.
The opposite problem.
Not quite the opposite. I could have got a 25.
Could have.
You
what
do-
was the thing? What was your roll? Sorry.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look as fucking I'm trying to think of how a way you'd try to do this kind of covertly of just like I guess smelling it.
Like a smell, a look, a little
Okay, but-
swish.
When people go to like wine tastings, right? They like swirl the wine around, they like smell it, you like stuff like
The
that.
thing is, I just have the idea in my head of a man walking into church and going
Smells the wine.
and just
Gotta
like,
make. I've done a lot of bad things. Gotta make sure Jesus doesn't have it out for me.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
I hate how sometimes your green screen grabs your forehead.
Nice. It
His
grabs my
green
arm
screen
sometimes,
occasionally
too.
grabs like his arms and forehead.
I love it. I'm the biggest fan of that.
He just paints random pieces of himself green sometimes.
I
Don't
do.
worry about it.
I do. It's my superpower.
Are you goblin-esque?
Goblin. Rem, as you sniff this, you like get the faint, I guess, aroma of berries and ironically, like the fucking weird, like how some people say when they smell like really good wine, it's like oak.
Weird shit.
Like weird shit like that. I don't know wine.
Weird, but not like bitter.
Bro, grape,
Grape.
cherry.
Oh.
What do you mean, oak?
Someone told
barrels.
me
It's
that
the barrels they're aged in.
barrels get
Ah.
barrels get fucking.
That would make sense. I was
Yeah.
thinking that you were making like oak wine. I was very confused.
They-
Dude,
no,
oak
they
wine
go in-
trademark.
My wine is made out of wood.
My wine is just sawdust. Thank you very much.
Yum.
Best
Aged
kind of wine.
sawdust.
This is the best Nature Valley wine I've ever had.
I will
Anyway,
take
am
a
I being-
drink of my wine.
Am I being poisoned?
You do not smell any poison.
Oh.
Yes. I'll have my 4 cups of wine.
Oh my god.
He smell. Oh god,
Not-
that just puts the image
not-
that he smells it and just
He's just chugging them.
absolutely
not all
just
at one
fucking
time.
drains it.
I'll go through the same process with all of them so it looks normal-ish.
Okay.
But,
Hypothetically, they could have had it out for one of us.
That's true.
Just
I
one.
mean, I've got 4 of them, so whoever they're shooting to kill, it's
Good
gonna
chance.
be me if it is.
Guys,
Oh, Suna's so embarrassed, dude.
I mean, this is amazing.
Hey, Rem's just smelling the
I can-
wine.
I can
There ain't
almost-
nothing,
I-
there ain't
I can
nothing wrong
almost
with
see
that.
Suna's just bright red expression.
I took Gil's because me and Gil have an understanding.
We
Other
know.
2 cups, like I do this every single time. Like every single time someone goes to pour Gil wine, I cover his cup with my hand. Every time he starts with a cup, I take it. I have been doing
I
this
am not judging you
since-
on what you've done. I'm judging you on the context of which you're doing it.
Look, I have to
Yeah.
make sure I'm not getting poisoned. It's not
That's,
unfair.
honestly, yeah, no, I think that's
It's
a very fair thing to do.
Funny though. It's
That is kinda
funny.
funny.
To be completely fair, Suna already said that was like super unlikely when we had come in
Well,
here.
I believe that
I-
the father is a somewhat decent person. I cannot attest for the people around him. This little Southern Belle halfling might, slip me some ketamine. I don't know.
Delicious.
I will grab a piece of fish for my plate.
Okay.
Is the
Is-
fish poison?
I was gonna say, is Ren gonna smell the food too?
I will take a bite of the fish.
I'm
Okay.
just,
Take a
I'm, I'm
As-
just accepting.
As you can already see,
Do
the
I
father,
die?
like the father and Navira and Treoth all eating pieces of the fish anyway.
I only check the wine. Good luck poisoning a whole fucking fish.
I bet they could do it.
Yeah, if they all have the antidote and they take it beforehand, but like this man's old, man. He might not even survive with the
We
antidote.
knew
The antidote would
what
probably kill
pieces
him.
we were going to take.
Dude, this
Oh.
I will say it is very obvious to say this man looks like he's like 400-esque, stuff like that. Like
Oh my god.
he like
He already has
for
about
reference
a waist high in the grave.
for reference, half elves live to about 450.
Oh, bro's got he's only got a short time left with us.
Like he's not
I'm-
400 exactly, but you know he's somewhere above 400.
He's,
And I'm
he's
so-
getting
I'm
there.
I'm so glad that he's spending his last years with the wine-sniffing cleric from anywhere else.
The wine sniffing cleric, huh?
Look,
Yeah.
The
Look.
worst part is he'd probably say it was a fun time. It was an interesting and unique experience that
I'm
he's
Oh,
got
I
to
love
fun
him.
time.
I love him
He has
so
probably
much.
not. He has probably not met very many clerics that drink.
No,
To be honest,
I mean,
Yeah, you
like
fucking
besides
weirdo.
like wine, but like it's like have a glass, not like
not like half four.
shots, baby.
Like this is. I'm a cleric, but like I party. Like I have fun.
But then you
This
repent
cleric
one Sunday
fucks.
I repent by keeping people alive.
Yeah.
So, as the five of you, some have wine, some don't. All of you, unless if you say otherwise, I guess, get fish. I've never had so much concern over a goddamn fish or wine.
I know, man. I'm
But it's
sorry,
okay.
man.
Why are you?
Well, we've never been in Midsummer before, so
That's fair.
I'm sorry about them. Like I had.
Oh, it's
Real D&D
it's
moves
no
right now.
problem, dear. Everyone's
JC.
friends have everyone's has some interesting friends. It's how they make stories.
Loki though is a
How they
temple.
make stories.
As a
True.
temple of the brine, I bet this fish is fucking amazing.
It is.
It probably is.
I bet
actually.
this is the best fish we're ever gonna taste for the rest of our fucking
It's
lives.
exquisite.
Unless we come back.
No,
JC,
What's up?
I would like to cast Detect Thought on every individual goddamn room.
So you get to go one at a time
Yes!
with the tech thoughts, and you get to decide whether you want to push deeper. As you know, if you push deeper, you can literally just pull thoughts from them, not just their surface thoughts. And but if you do push deeper, they'll know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for surface at the moment.
All right,
Are
who do you
doing
start
everyone?
We're starting
Start
with
me.
Gilgamesh.
with? All right,
Oh,
Gil.
I didn't think that actually worked.
In one sentence, tell us what's in your head.
Yeah, what's going on in Gilgamesh's head right now?
Right now, Gil is counting the number of people that he's seen walking through and the number of people in the room.
Give us one Gilgamesh sentence.
I want a Gil
A
sentence.
sentence as Gilgamesh, less
I
than
don't
10
know.
words.
JC,
Give
how many
me-
people are in the room?
Currently, there is the three, Navira, Treolth, the
Mhm.
father, and then there is you five, and then there is one robed woman who's come in with a water pitcher that is pouring water for people that have drank more water, like their
she-
water already.
Is she refilling one of my 4 cups?
She doesn't have wine with her right now.
No.
Damn it.
Okay.
I mean, essentially the Gil thought is just 4 inferior personages.
Jesus.
These, like, it's just like these are all weak.
Like just the 4 people who aren't in our parties. Like yeah, just 4 people who I could probably kill really easily.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
That's on brand.
You're only
yeah.
slightly terrifying.
Oh
Worry about it.
Where are you going to next?
god. Okay, next we're doing Suna.
I love this.
No, someone else. I'm fucking.
Oh shit, okay, Zex.
You get nothing from Zex because he has a ring of mind shielding on.
Do I not get
Nope,
You can't
it's,
get
it's
anything.
just static.
Damn. Okay, next is Rem then.
You get one phrase. Suna doesn't trust me.
Oh man,
Oh.
That's all you get.
Okay.
Alright, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, now Suna.
Can't fucking believe you guys.
Fuck. God damn. Okay. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Treyoth.
I should ask that cleric to go to the bar with me someday.
Okay. The man at the head of the table.
As you just kind of, as you're still kind of getting a hang of this, as you're not magic based, you just kind of unconsciously find yourself looking at someone that you're reading the mind of, basically. And as you do, you realize he's looking at you too with this soft smile. And you just hear in your head, I thought I saw her cast a spell.
Oh god! Oh god!
Why is he?
I don't know why I accidentally did that. I thought I don't know why I did that.
Whoops.
I thought I saw her
He has it. He can't lose it.
cast a spell. How wonderful. I was so ready for Navira first, and so I prepped her voice.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, no.
All right, Navira. Give me Navira.
Navira is. I think that I would finally be free of Treyoth causing issues, being a problem with anything of ungodly consumption. And I think there's another one now. As she's watching. She's still got that smile on, but it's a fucking dead smile as she's watching Rem drink.
Oh no! So she's completely unimpressed, is what I'm hearing.
By Rem, yes.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh god.
I bet I could beat her ass.
She's thinking she should have put poison in the wine.
Oh god.
Look, it's not. Everyone slid it to me. That's not my fault. I took one cup for a homie. Everyone else giving me theirs is a completely different thing. I
To
did
be
not
fair,
ask.
Nime slid hers out of respect for Gil because she's sitting right next to him.
So who are you delving deeper into before the session ends?
They'll know you delve deeper.
Yeah,
though.
they will know you delve deeper.
Oh man. Well,
So your
had
best bet is a party member.
a party member?
I mean, if you don't want it to
Ooh.
be extremely awkward.
Yeah, a party member.
Just imagine you're just like Trail. He's just like, yeah, let's go further.
Oh
He
god.
just looks at you dead in the eyes.
all you hear is just crab rave.
Yeah, Mr. Tree Man, tell me what you're thinking.
Who's
So,
the
that
least likely to
that was
blow
so-
you up?
Oh, that was a joke. You sure that was a joke? You don't want to delve deeper into Trail?
Oh, he's gonna yell at me, and I don't want
That's,
to be yelled
that's
at.
only if they pass the thing, right? If they fail,
No, either way, whether they pass or fail, they know.
Yep. They have to pass a specific roll, though, for me to be able to delve deeper.
Mhm. Whether they pass or fail, though, they know.
So, hypothetically speaking, I don't think I want to delve deeper into anyone. Everyone seems relatively normal at the moment.
Normal.
And
Listen,
if I'm gonna think
I-
about it, and I will let you know at the start of next week's session.
I ain't saying that, like, you should delve deeper into Gil's mind, but, I mean, you can't call, like, I'm sorry, you cannot call what he was thinking normal.
normal for you.
Almost for him.
Normal for Gil, but, like, in a general sense, that was a very not normal thing.
That's just the way you are.
Why?
But, like, those, like, yeah.
You just want to kill people, man.
And, you know, nothing ever changes.
God damn it. No,
All
that's
right.
it. I don't think I want to delve deep into anybody right now. I might want to later, but not at the moment.
During next week's
During
session.
Next.
God, it is coming.
as
Yeah.
as literally this has just been like there's been a honestly wild and funny. There's been next to no talking at the dinner.
Oh,
As you guys have sat down, began eating, and then nothing.
I don't want to talk because I'm 4 cups of wine deep and don't want to talk about anything. I might get myself in trouble. They're like, so, Rem, what is your faith like? I'm like, better than yours, and I get murdered.
Oh,
like
God.
when you like to know, weather boy.
You like to know, horseman. It's like, I am a bull. Horseman.
Horseman. Like points at Gil. Lizard man.
Oh, no.
What's that me, man? How many brothers and sisters you got? 400.
Damn. Damn.
Insulting
Yep.
people.
I'm an only child.
What makes it worse?
As rabbits, literally impossible. Your parents have to be dead.
That's
To be fair, my parents are humanoid rabbits, so
Oh.
it's a little different.
isn't that like the only like
Rabbits are
possible
rabbits.
way your
Rabbits are
hair
rabbits. Rabbits are rabbits.
But I will say, although the dinner goes silently, you still have amazing fish and fairly good wine
some of
for
us.
your meal. Respectfully, Father Limrin excuses himself from the table and volunteers both Treoth and Navira to lead you all up to your rooms if you so wish, but bids all of you a fair night.
Oh, he's just leaving. Oh, okay.
He's
Mhm.
old. He's got to go to bed. He's like 12
Let me
hours
take
past
a-
his bedtime.
He's got to take a bath.
He's got to
in
take his
some-
pills.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's got to go.
That probably takes him an hour.
That's a lot of pills.
That's a lot of pills.
As he kind of leads away, Navira just kind well, there are rooms prepared for y'all. How many of you wish to stay within our walls?
I think it's all of us at the moment.
Wonderful.
Oh, might as well for all times.
Alrighty. Well, we've got plenty of rooms for all y'all. Just follow me upstairs and we'll get y'all situated.
I have a strange request. I'm sorry to bring it up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
As we've been traveling together for so long, we've become a little more dependent on staying in a room with more than one person. Is it
You-
possible you could double those rooms up?
If you need to double up, there'll be no issue at all. Besides, I guess, the issue of y'all numbers. There's 5 of you.
I'll sleep alone.
As you should. Puh.
I'll
Thanks.
I'll buddy up.
Appreciate that.
I'll buddy up with Nime if Nime is cool with that.
Oh, yes. Of course I am.
I do apologize for the inconvenience. It's
Oh,
just
No inconvenience.
something we've picked up along the way.
There's no inconvenience. Everyone deserves the right to feel a little bit more comfortable, even if they are in a
That's
place they're
cock.
comfortable with.
18
What?
insight. 18 insight.
No, Rem just starts yelling 18 in a drunken rage.
18. Not drunk. 4 cups of wine is not enough to get you drunk.
I thought
that's
you
my
had more
roommate.
than 4.
I don't think they poured me anymore, to be honest.
No, they didn't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's lame.
It's
It
a
is lame.
temple.
Temple.
Whatever.
So,
yeah, why not have a little fun, guys?
Of
Jeez.
just kind of like looking at her and you can kind of see her again, it's that very classic southern smile of the smile is very warm, but you can see her eyes annoyance. And as she kind of steps off, you can hear her with your high passive tell someone, is like, we're going to have to move some of the beds. And she just kind of holds you all in this for some extra time.
We can move our own.
Raelf will
Do you-
go over to Rem.
Do
If
Do
you
you
ever
need-
need a drinking buddy, I know someone who can help with that.
Would you like some help moving the bed, Sister Navira?
Oh, it's no issue. It'll get you all
sure?
feeling all home-like real quick.
Ah, she's the bless
All
your
right.
heart type of lady.
You found that out just now.
As a member of the clergy, it seems
Look, he's
odd, you
gone.
know, someone willing to partake.
Well, it would be even stranger with two of us here now, wouldn't it?
I hear you folks take along those that come your way. I suppose it's rather strange that you wouldn't pick up someone like that along the way. But as they didn't refill my cup, I can assume that it's frowned upon.
Yes, I have to travel all the way to Dentor in order to drink, but I still am able to get my fix when I need it. I know
Fair
a
enough.
couple places.
Is he insinuating he knows places within the temple to get blitzed, or like Dentor?
He does not specify.
Gotta be Dentor.
I mean, I don't know. The woods are really close. If you sent Rem into the woods, I bet he could come back with some real nice gooch. We'll have to talk about it some other time.
I guess we shall.
As the 20 minutes pass, and someone comes back and speaks something into Navira's ear, and she smiles. All right, we'll come this way. And all of you are led up the set of stone stairs into these small, cozy rooms lined. The walls, although are stone, are lined with rugs in order to keep insulation in, as stone gets cold easy. But as you all kind of look in this section, you can see the each of the rooms, the 3 rooms that have been prepared. There are glass windows that oversee the ocean. As you can see the waves slowly coming in and then disappearing further than any of you can kind of lean over the window to look. As all of you have a bit of a soothing view of the ocean in your rooms. And as each of the clergymen and women, Treyolth and Navira, outside of your rooms, wish both or all of you some time to unwind, and Navira says that she'll get back on working on getting the archives prepared for all of you. You are all left with the possibility of getting like a good night's sleep in a place that's not your own home. And with the sun setting, turning the water and the waves this amber color and the skyline purple, we're going to end the session here. Reclused in the Temple of the Brine. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Thank you to Josh for coming in as I warned them that there was going to be a guest soon.
If you told me this is who it was, I wouldn't have said anything about, oh, this, that, and the third. I know who this is. we know
That
who this is.
was.
But thanks, Josh.
Thank you for joining us. That was a lot of fun.
I
It
do want to
was.
ask a quick question before we end the session.
What's up?
In regards to the beginning of the next session, are we starting as we're going to sleep or as we wake up?
That will be up to you guys if there's anything you guys want to do while you're going to sleep.
I do want to do something, and I can do it right now if everyone decides that they'd rather just, do it in the morning. So, whatever you guys think right now, or we can just start as we're going to bed next session,
If it's
in case there wants to be some nighttime discussions.
we'll hold that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Hold that thought. But once again, thank you, Josh. Coming back next week
Indeed.
to reprise Treyolth. I just kind of whipped up a thing, and hopefully I might be able to get a PNG image for him as well. But
on the next episode,
Trail
Trails and
for-
Rem get blitzed.
Next
Yeah.
session, and the session after that, and the session after that, and every other session.
Trails
until the
might be like a
party's over.
4-episode mark.
Yeah, he's gonna be here at the end. He's just part of the party now.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't know. He called my deity minor. We may need to fight a little bit.
ooh, it is wild because Trail technically didn't say anything wrong, as they are classified as a minor deity.
But
It's the principle.
interpreted as a form of
It's
disrespect.
the principle, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Like if I
it
called
sucks
his
because
if
he's
I
coming
called
from
his
the
god
objective high ground.
if I called his god temperamental, technically I'm coming from the high ground.
Oh,
But
yeah.
how is he going to interpret that?
Yeah, it's not whether what you say is right or wrong. It's whether you should have said it in the first place or not.
Yeah, no gods have like any perfect of anything. And that's why I really enjoyed the thing of men of the cloth are holier than everyone around them, but when they meet each other they become competitive because that's what actually happens.
But thank you, of course, to Helminia, James, Suzanne, Alpha, and Jazz for coming in. We've set off on the Temple of the Brine, and we'll see what nuggets of information you guys are able to extract from it. Even though I can already tell that you guys do not like Traelth and Navira a little bit. Just a little bit. It's more fun to have NPCs that annoy you guys just a little bit than anything else. So, it's good. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you haven't followed yet, make sure to follow. If you haven't subscribed, if you're watching the replay, make sure to subscribe. And everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, and good night. Bye.